and our top 10. Now it's time for the fun part of this. I mean, the show was fun overall, but this is where it gets really fun. Games to discuss, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Mike DeLon. He knows everything. He picks our games week by week. He was 4-3 going into last week.
Well, what about last week?
Goes 5-0. Improved his record to 9-3. Mike DeLon. 5-0 on 1 week, getting claps from our producer,
claps all around, man.
Zach Sinelli. Very impressive. Very impressive. This week might be a little tougher, though, since we have 3 top 8 games and, of course, 2 non-ranked teams playing that could be a really good game. And one of those games is something you're very familiar with.
Yeah.
Battle of the Bridge, Munster, Highland. This one's at Highland, of course. Both teams coming at 2-4. But, man, when these two teams play, who cares what the record is? It's about football. What color is the bridge going to be? Oh, come on, Mike.
God, I hope it's red, man. That's I'm sorry. I think this is probably the best. I'm going to say right now, this is the best rivalry in the area.
Okay.
I think
You've played in it, so tell us about that rivalry.
It's one of those where it makes or break your high school career.
Okay.
And I'm fortunate enough to face both sides of it. Probably my biggest regret playing is not beating Highland all 4 years.
Oh, man.
I was on the last team. I was on the team that gave up the Bridge Trophy to Highland, and it's one of the worst, I think, memories I could ever have, man. Mm-hmm. It's one of those rivalries where everyone's so bought into it. Especially, I got to give credit to Highland. I think no matter what they, if they beat Munster the past 10 years or lost the past 10, they are playing with a chip on their shoulder, and that's why they've had success over the past few years. Again, credit to Coach Pete Koulianos, who has yet to lose to Munster since he took over in 2018. It's been their rivalry ever since, but I think Munster wins it back. And again, leave some comments down below. What are
leaving the Munster red on it? He's wearing blue, but he's going with red.
I want to see. I think this is the top rivalry in the area, but I want to see kind of what else you guys think in the comments.
Yeah,
let us know. But I think it's up there with the Whiting, Clark, Lowell, Crown Point. I think this is at least
what's the score?
Top 3.
What's your score here?
I'm not giving. I'll say I'll say Munster by 3. I'll say Munster by 3. Again, very talented Highland team. I think Munster again. I think it's their homecoming. I think Munster's actually at home. Again, another homecoming thing to kind of, you got to kind of, tune out all the festivities, and it's a big game, of course, rivalry week, and you got the dance on Saturday, and it's all fun week, but it comes down to business in the Battle of the Bridge, and I think Munster brings it back home, so we'll see.
Highland at Munster.
Great rivalry, though. it doesn't get much better than that, I think.
Battle of the Bridge. Of course, our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, has a lot of fond memories.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
He's a former Mustang himself. He lives in Highland now, so he's kind of
his daughter. I think he said his daughter went to Highland.
Yeah, his daughter went to Highland High School, so kind of he's on both sides.
Yeah, no,
as a Mustang and a Trojan.
We've talked about this rivalry a couple times, and he was there at that 2018 game, and that was just.
Of course, Jay Simmons, another Highland native.
Of course, it's a great rivalry. Again, no matter what, the hatred is real, I think, and it's it's on both sides, man. It's. You can't go this week without talking about the Battle of the Bridge, and I think it was something we had to talk about. And it's, again, no matter what the score is, it's going to be a great slugfest, I think.
So Mike DeLon, he takes his old team, the Munster Mustangs.
I'll be a homer.
Highland at Munster, like DeLon said, if you want to tell us who you think is going to win, score predictions, be sure to do that in the comments, not just for Highland at Munster, but for the rest of our games that we're going to discuss. And the next one is a DAC matchup, number 10 Lake Central at Chesterton. Both teams, well, I guess, are trying to kind of, get something going here at the end of the year. For Lake Central, obviously that tough pill to swallow against Michigan City. Good news is Xavier Williams was back. Plans to play again this week, obviously, for Chesterton. Some injuries, especially in that quarterback room. They're going to really have to find an answer. But, give, your flowers to Chesterton. They have really kept a lot of games close that maybe people thought they wouldn't have been close in. Mm-hmm. They are a very tough team. If you're going to beat Chesterton, you really have to work for it.
Yeah.
And for Lake Central, all the way to Chesterton, that's a decent bit of a drive, about 40, 45 minutes. So a little bit of a long bus ride for the Indians. But like we said, they were motivated at practice this past week, kind of playing with that chip on their shoulder as well. But for Lake Central, this would be their worst case scenario going to the Michigan City game, is to lose that game and to lose to Chesterton because you go to 3-4
And it gets dark
with
from there.
Valpo and Maryville. Instead, if they, I know hypothetically, I'm not, if they beat Michigan City, they're 4-2, and then let's say they beat Chesterton, that's 5-2. So, a lot of things could have been different for the Indians, and it's important for them to not let things get too bad for them, in St. John, Indiana. But like I said, Chesterton, very tough team. What do we got, Mike?
I think LC. I think they're going to travel and bounce back. I'm going to take them by 3. I expect Xavier Williams. They kind of took the rust off him last week. I'm expecting him to get 25, 30 carries. I think he's back to kind of mid-season form. He's kind of, he was a little bit arrested, a little bit, but he got back to it. We kind of saw flashes of that old self on his 72-yard touchdown run against Michigan City, and I think he's going to have a great day. And I think give me the Tribe. I think they go into hostile territory. I think they kind of bounce back, ride that angry momentum that they got from last week, and I think they get the job done in Chesterton.
Yeah, before that 72-yard touchdown run by Xavier Williams, he really didn't have a big run. They're about 6-7 yards. Still great runs, but, we've seen Xavier Williams over the past, this year and last year, have those 60, 70, 80-yard touchdown runs. And we first, like we said, we saw it against Michigan City, so maybe that's the touchdown he needed to really, break off the rust. Obviously, coming off an injury, things are different, kind of getting to that game tempo. There's nothing like it. You can practice as hard as you want. You can train as hard as you want, but there's nothing like that game atmosphere and being on the football field. So, Mike DeWan picks the Lake Central Indians to bounce back. So both of your picks are rivals against each other. Munster and Lake Central rivalry there, but trying to have two teams both winning by 3. That's very specific and
it's a big rivalry week, man. We go into this next game.
Number 3, the Battle of Hammond. Number 8, Morton. Number 7, Hammond Central. We talked about Deshaun Woods on Hammond Central. Kind of, still playing great, but maybe Hammond Central needs to find another player on that team to make some plays for them. For Morton, coming off a win, a forfeited win, so didn't really get to play. Kind of like a bye week for them in a way. But you mentioned it, Battle of Hammond, probably one of the best Battle of Hammonds we've seen, or ever, obviously up to this date. What do you think about this one?
I think I'm going to go with Morton.
Morton, wow.
I think I got this wrong. I think Morton's actually at home.
Okay.
I'm going to get that right. Sorry about that. But I think again, they're rested. They have, you kind of have 2 weeks of film to just study up on Hammond Central. And I think because of what little Central has been kind of doing on their offensive side, feeding Deshaun, I think Morton's been able to – I think they could really key into them, again, studying them for they've had a whole week to study on them. They just played this past week, and now they're going to study on them again. So I think Morton's got a little bit more talent, a little bit more weapons to kind of spread the ball around. I think it's going to be a very solid game. Again, I want to say Morton by probably 4 or 3. Again, these are very close games, I think, all on these games to discuss. And I just think Morton kind of has more firepower on both sides of the ball. That
would be an upset in our rankings, as obviously Morton comes in at number 8, Hammond Central number 7. So you got 2 home teams and a road team. Now it's time for a huge, big-time matchup, one of our game nights built by Von Tobel. Number 5, Hobart comes into Hanover Central on homecoming night. 6-0, the Wildcats are. We kind of previewed it a little bit when we talked both of the teams in our top 10 rankings. I mean, I don't know how you're going to pick this one. This is just a battle of 2 teams who have really dominated this year. Hobart, obviously, only that 1 blemish in that loss. They've done a good job responding. I think we said after that Andrean win, that comeback, something maybe clicked for them, especially for Johnny Sorensen, who's played his best football in the past week. Obviously, we talk about TJ Caldwell on the receiving end, and then, of course, Barrett and Kuntz for Hanover Central. Does Hanover Central lose this one? Do they stay undefeated? Or do they win this one but get tested for the first time all year?
They're definitely going to get tested.
Okay.
It's about as a coin flip as you can get, but I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm going to go with Hanover. Right. I think, again, homecoming's kind of a big thing to look out for. You gotta get rid of that focus.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta focus straight on the game at hand, and that already has a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a thing to look out for. You kind of want to, beside all that, you just want to focus on the task at hand. But I think Hanover, I just think they have the edge. I think it's going to be a great game. I think all the units across the board are very solid as they come in terms of talent in the area. But I just like Hanover's offense. I mean, they haven't really faltered on offense at all. They scored 24 points in every game this year, and I think they're going to do it again. I truly think that they are a force to be reckoned with, and I think they get the job done again. But, I mean, don't be surprised if Hobart, I think, I don't want to backtrack, but it's that much of a toss-up. But I'm
It
going
is.
to go Hanover by 3.
Another-
Nonetheless, there's a lot of talent across the board.
Man, you have 3 3-point decisions.
Dude, it's like I don't know, man. That's how great this week is, man.
It is. No, it really
And it
is.
may not change with this last game. I might say by 4, but
I'll be really,
let's talk about it.
What from fans' phones or from photographers on the field, I'm really going to be interested to see the atmosphere there Friday night. I'm sure it's going to be one packed house in Cedar Lake, Indiana.
Hobart travels well, man.
They do.
The Bricky Pride is no joke.
Especially how big this game is. We talked about it.
Yeah.
For Hobart, it helps them with the share at least, but for Hanover, this is kind of like that maybe clinching win.
It very well could
So
be.
a lot to play for on both sides. Like I said, one of our game nights built by Von Tobel, number 5 Hobart at number 2 Hanover Central. Mike Dewan, he's got number 2 Hanover Central. Now time for our final game we're going to discuss. It's another game night built by Von Tobel, number 4 Maryville at number 3 Valpo. We talked about Davis, the running back for Valpo. Status is uncertain after leaving last week's matchup against Crown Point injured. For Maryville, 2 shutout wins in a row by the Pirates. Trey Stevens, the return of him, it's been as big as any return could get. This is really the fight for second place in the DAC just because both teams come in with 1 conference loss. Go figure, it's against Crown Point. So who do you got here? Maryville, they seem to be the hotter team, and Valpo kind of obviously not the best state that their star running back might be out. For Maryville, they seem to be getting back on track just because we saw Dante Pope and J.Q. Johnson do the things they were doing in the early part of the season. But you have to go all the way to Valpo. Does history repeat itself for Valpo, or does Valpo finally beat Maryville after a Crown Point game?
I initially said Valpo, but
You did.
I think I'm going to go with Maryville.
Okay.
I think they are, again, like you said, they're as hot as they come. And I think with the competition they've had in the past few weeks, how well they've been playing, I think they're thinking they're kings of the world. They're riding off the best momentum you could ride off of a couple shutouts. Offense played really well last game. And I think Valpo, of course they played one of the toughest opponent in the area last week. But I just think Maryville has that momentum that could ultimately win them this game. And I think homecoming kind of plays a little bit more of a part this game. I think with Maryville coming to the tougher environment, I think, again, it's tough to stay focused in a week like that. And I think that kind of plays to Maryville's advantage. And I think they scrap by this one.
Don't tell me it's a 3-point game.
Dude,
man.
Okay, I'll say 4. How about that?
Okay.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'll go with Maryville. But, again, that's another toss-up and so much talent across the board. And we're all excited for it, man. Let's have some fun.
Yep, of course. Once again, one of our game nights built by Von Tobel, Maryville at Valpo. So we had Highland at Munster. Munster was Mike Dewan's pick, his old team. Lake Central at Chesterton. Lake Central was his pick. Hammond Central at Morton. Morton was Dewan's pick. Hobart at Hanover Central. Mike Dewan picks Hanover Central. And for Maryville at Valpo, Maryville he picks. We have 3 game nights built by Von Tobel. It's going to be LaPorte at number 1 Crown Point, number 5 Hobart at number 2 Hanover Central, and number 4 Maryville at number 3 Valpo. Mike, any final words before we conclude this week's edition of Region Football Weekly?
I'm say it again.
Oh, he's pulling it out again. Here we go.
Remember the region, guys. Check out that link we had earlier. And again, let's have another fun week. A lot of great matchups again, rivalry week, and it's again, I'm happy to be a part of it all, and it's been fun so far. And let's keep it going, man. Let's have some fun.
Of course, a big thank you to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our coordinating producer, Claude Martinez, our producer for today's show, Zach Zanelli. Of course, a big thank you to Mike Dewan, always sitting beside me and talking some high school football. But for Jack Thiel, we hope you all have a safe night as we are here in our Centier Bank studios, and you're watching Region Football Weekly here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors, plus built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel, building better together.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
How far would you go to relive another Friday night under the lights? Well, lucky for you, you don't need to go that far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, the heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Friday Night Lights so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Growing up in Northwest Indiana, I am proud that my family's been doing business here for nearly 100 years, which started with my grandfather, John Gladish. Over my career, I've witnessed families being torn apart by the negligence of others, and everything from unguarded openings at construction sites to reckless driving on our roads. Our experienced attorneys, paralegals, and staff know that insurance companies and their lawyers will go to great lengths to avoid paying compensation. Do not waste your one and only opportunity to seek fair compensation for your loss. Give the Gladish Law Group a call and put our team to work for you.
Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region, built by Von Tobel on this Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet. Facebook.com/Region Sports, YouTube.com/Region Sports, RegionSports.com, and IHSAA-TV.org. We come to you tonight from Bulldogs Stadium on the campus of Crown Point High School as Von Tobel presents the LaPorte Slicers taking on the Crown Point Bulldogs. I'm Jack Field. I have the play-by-play for tonight's game, and joining me with the color analysis is Jay Simmons. Jay, it's been a beautiful night right now for some high school football. It's homecoming here for Crown Point, and two DAC opponents that are familiar with one another.
Yes, it is. You sort of get that energy feel, not like last week, but this week is pretty exciting. The crowd is packed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both ends of the field are packed. The stands are filling in, and we've got another 25 minutes before kickoff, so it's going to be a great night. Looking at the Bulldogs, you got a 6-0 run. They are giving up only 8.7 per game, and they are averaging 39 points per game. I was looking this up. They are number 3 in 6A in scoring average, number 1 in defensive points allowed, and number 1 in margin of victory in all of 6A. That is outstanding football right there. Talk about contrast, great offense and great defenses coming together.
Yeah, you talked about the run they're on. I mean, this isn't just this year, Jay. This is carried over from their team from last year. Undefeated in the regular season, undefeated in the DAC. Obviously coming into tonight's game undefeated. Huge win against Valpo like we talked about. These two teams played last year. Crown Point got the better of the Slicers, 51-10. But for LaPorte, they're trying to find their way back. They won that first game against New Prairie on a game-winning field goal. Since then, 5 losses in a row for Austin Neppel in his first year as the head coach. And if they're going to want to have that type of win to really just make the season something to remember, it's going to start with their quarterback, Aiden Penzel, just because this is an offense that brings out 4 receivers, something you do not see often.
Yeah, you know what? It's been a while since I've seen LaPorte. I'm used to the old LaPorte where they just ran the ball every play in and play out. They ran traps, they ran counters. So it is a whole new style. When I was filling out the starting roster, and all of a sudden I punched in one receiver, and I'm like, okay, that's usually it. And then all of a sudden I look and I say, I've got 3 more spots to fill with wide receivers. I'm like, this offense has changed. And with that dramatic of a change, when you go to a completely running style offense to now a passing attack, it's going to take a few years for the kids to buy in, for the program from top to bottom to buy in as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if Austin Neppel, his first year as a head coach, he has a young quarterback. His quarterback only a sophomore. So when you see a quarterback that throws as much as he does, you don't see that often because that takes a lot of poise and confidence to handle that type of a workload when you're only a sophomore.
Yeah, definitely. And Aiden Penzel has got 4 touchdowns but 7 interceptions. So he's going through the growing process as the season progresses. And I'm sure Coach Eppel is going to say, all right, we're going to take our lumps this year. Next year, we're going to make a big step forward, and then the following year. So by the time this quarterback is a senior, they'll have made their progressions and moving forward.
Yeah, the positive thing for Penzel is he has receivers that are juniors and seniors, so a lot of leadership for him to throw to. It starts with Ollie Kring, the 5'9" senior. Look, is he the tallest guy out there? No. But he makes a huge impact. He has 29 catches, 241 yards, and a touchdown. You're also going to see a lot of Drew Flores, a guy who catches but also carries the football. 13 catches, 152 yards, and a touchdown. But he also has 15 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown. But for LaPorte, we talked about it, they are going to have their work cut out for them just because – I mean, what can you were there last week against Crown Point, Jay. You saw them face off against Valpo. Really the first time we saw them face any adversity. It was the first time they were trailing any game. It was the first time we really saw them in a close game since that Lake Central win they had a couple weeks ago. And for them to kind of make the adjustments they had to make, come out and win that game, you really start to ask the question, what can you do to beat Crown Point?
Well, whatever somebody's going to do, they're going to look at they're going to go over and over and over that first half of that Valparaiso game and see whatever they did that first half. They're going to try and bookmark it and try and go and study that part of what Valparaiso did. And it seemed like Crown Point came out flat that first half. And one great thing about Valpo was they rushed 4, but their defensive line stayed in their lanes and didn't give Ehrlich any room to get out of the pocket. He was forced to stay in the pocket, and then when he did step up, he was stepping into some pressure all the time. So I think that's going to be the key moving forward when Crown Point gets into the playoffs and plays some tougher teams. They're going to stay with just 4, try and keep them in their lanes and keep him in the pocket, because once he gets out of that pocket, he is explosive. He makes great plays. His receivers, they must practice that scramble drill for like a half an hour every day at practice, because it seems like as soon as he gets out of the pocket, everybody knows what to do. If you're running 2, you run away. It's all kinds of different things to do, and it seems like all his receivers know what to do when he gets out of the pocket. He's a marksman when he gets out of the pocket, and just extending those plays, it makes those defensive backs, try to stay with those receivers, and it just seems like they can't do it, especially at the high school level. Even in the college and the pro, once that quarterback starts scrambling, it's lights out for the quarterback if he can make the throws on the move.
You mentioned it, Noah Ehrlich. What a season he's had. The junior quarterback, 16 total touchdowns, 4 interception, almost 1,200 passing yards. He's one of the top passing leaders in Northwest Indiana. Kind of tell me what you've seen throughout this year that has made you impressed by the junior quarterback.
Well, one thing was the way he bounced back in the second half, because everything he was throwing in the first half of the Valparaiso game was either way high, short, he was so inaccurate. It just, again, he wasn't in his flow. And in the second half, he bounced back. He was able to settle down, get in the pocket, stay in the pocket for once, and make some good throws. It seems like he's matured a little bit from last year to this year. The progression is, I think he's now more of a pocket passer with the addition of his scrambling ability, but it seems like this year he's been more able to sit in the pocket and make throws down the field. I think that's where he's matured a little bit as compared to his last 2 years.
And what has made this team so impressive is, hey, if that passing game's not working, well, they have a running back that can do some great things out there as well. Larry Ellison, a junior, 13 touchdowns, 635 rushing yards. He has been a huge bright spot as well, just because they have such a balanced attack out there on the football field, which makes it really hard to game plan. You want to really, focus on guys like Noah Ehrlich and Landon Delich. Well, they have no problem with giving Larry Ellison the ball.
That's right. And as both of these guys go, so does their offense go. And we'll go more in depth about that after we take this break.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a reminder, you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Welcome to Public Bar and Rec, located in downtown Crown Point, a place for good games, good drinks, and good food. So come in and make it public. Try to survive zombie dodgeball, score a hole-in-one playing golf, or choose from over 13 multi-sport simulator games while fueling your competition with a variety of appetizers, entrees, and beverages. We have games for all ages with our family-friendly hours till 9 p.m. Reserve your simulator at publicbarandrec.com and let the fun begin.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu, hi Stu, has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close!
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors, plus built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit vontobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel, building better together.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
How far would you go to relive another Friday night under the lights? Well, lucky for you, you don't need to go that far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, the heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Friday Night Lights so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til to go. Our to-go service is easy to use and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network. Von Tobel, building better together with locations in Valpo, Cherville, and Michigan City. Check out vontobel.com to find out more. Before we went to our break, Jay, we were talking about the Crown Point team. We're going to go a little bit more deeper into what has been one not just fascinating season, but stretch for head coach Craig Bazia in his third season with the Bulldogs, 31 years overall. I mean, when it comes to high school football coaching, does it really get any better than Craig Bazia just because he is 234-93 coming into tonight's game?
Yeah, 21-6 since he's been at Crown Point. I mean, he is outstanding. 31 years, it's quite a record. As we stand for our national anthem.
High school choir under the direction of Bill Woods.
There we go.
Beautiful performance right there. So going back to Crown Point, Jay, we talked about Craig Vizia, but he's got himself a very loaded team this year. It starts on the offensive end of things. Obviously, the quarterback, Noah Ehrlich, Landon Delich, Cam Sorsey, Nick Soley, Larry Ellison. These are all guys who make huge contributions to this team every Friday night.
Yeah, you look at it, they are averaging yards passing. They're averaging 215 yards. You got Cam Sorley, 5 catches, 67 yards. You got Landon Delich at 6'4", 21 receptions, 376 yards, 3 TDs. You got Seamus Molaski, the tight end, 7 catches, 114 yards, 3 touchdowns, and also we just found out he is signed and sealed to go to Purdue University.
Amazing accomplishment right there.
Yes, how about it right there. We got Trevor Gibbs, another two-way player like Seamus Molaski. He's got 8 catches, 116 yards, 3 touchdowns as a backup tight end. He comes in when everybody's looking at Seamus Molaski, and they run cross routes, and then all of a sudden Trevor Gibbs comes out of nowhere and makes some nice catches. You got Larry Ellison as the running back. He's got 9 catches, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. And Jacob Jones, he's got 15 catches, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nick Soley, 19 catches, 256 yards, and I'm just like reading the phone book here because some people don't know what that is, but it's like 6-7 guys are active in this passing tree, and so if you take one guy out or double cover one guy, there's 5 or 6 other guys that are that are going to be in the bullseye for Noah Ehrlich.
And you want to talk about being active? Is the defense at Crown Point as well? Almost everybody on the starting defense.
Let me see if I can find this. Their third down conversion is 26%, and fourth down conversion for the opposing team is 18%. That is 36 total first downs this season. That is ridiculous, and they've gotten 11 turnovers.
And now flipping to the LaPorte side, we kind of talked about how it's going to be tough for them to come into this game. Obviously, your backs are against the wall. It's your David versus Goliath type of matchup. First I'll start off. Your head coach, Austin Epple, what are you telling your team to get them psyched for this game? Just because it's a very daunting time to go into this place on homecoming. Crown Point 6-0. They're probably the best team they felt all year. And while you're on a 5-game losing streak, you have to come here.
You know what I tell them? I said, let's go out and have fun. Enjoy playing in front of such a large crowd tonight. It doesn't happen week in and week out, so enjoy it. Seize the moment. Do the best you can. Let's find some positive things to build on as they progress throughout their season. I mean, you know, we talked about their quarterback. He's 73 for 144 in passing attempts, 612 yards. We talked about it, 4 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions, so not a great pass, you know, touchdown to interception ratio. I mean, he's gonna have to get rid of that ball quickly.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you want to see from the young quarterback? Like we said, this is a packed house. The bleachers here for the Crown Point side are completely filled. It's going to be loud. It's going to be electric. So as a sophomore quarterback, and it has had his struggles, but also has had his bright spots, what are you looking from him in this type of game?
Just to make some positive throws, get that ball out of your hand quickly, and I think they're going to run some plays that will allow him to do that. And they've just got to – the coaches have got to coach this game knowing that they have to play a perfect game to win. They've got to get some turnovers. If I'm LaPorte, I come out and outside. I don't know. It's just try and get some excitement going for their team. They're undersized and outmatched, but they're going to come out and they're going to fight. And I think if you get a couple breaks to go their way, they could hang in this game.
Yeah, this is a LaPorte team trying to reverse their fortune on the road. Only 14 points in their 3 games on the road this year. For the LaPorte defense, they do have some bright spots. Lucas Del Rio, the defensive end, 6 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 sacks. He is definitely going to be a key player for the Slicers. And, of course, Kelly Hay, 3 pass deflections on the year. Probably him and Landon Delich are going to have their battles here tonight. But, you know, we talked about that Crown Point offense, Jay. Now for the LaPorte defense, how are you game planning against such a loaded offense?
Well, you know what I do is I'm going to try and take one thing away and force them to do the other. And I know they're great at both, but cut the playbook in half for them. So either you're going to sell out against the run, which I would probably do, and go man coverage over the top and force Ehrlich to make some perfect throws against that pass rush and extra man coming in the box, and go man to man over the top and just force him to throw the ball every play and take the ball out of Larry Ellison's hands. I mean, he's got a great season going. So maybe force Crown Point to go away from him. I mean, Ellison on the ground, 102 carries, 635 yards, 13 touchdowns. Take that away from them.
Yeah, I mean, as we're talking, Crown Point is getting ready to take the field, and some new uniforms we learned about today. Some blue on them. Usually you see the red or the white, but tonight they are sporting the alternate jerseys in their blue. I don't know if I've seen this before from the Bulldogs, but
I haven't.
They look pretty clean out there as they're set to walk out. LaPorte has already made their way out. They're standing on their respective sideline, but the Bulldogs are getting ready to make their way out in what is pretty much a sold-out crowd on the Crown Point side of things.
Yeah, it's going to be loud tonight. It's homecoming. I loved your analogy of the student body over there. It looks like Oregon Ducks. They're in bright orange.
You got your raincoat.
Bright yellow.
Yeah, it's absolutely. And I mean, Bulldog Stadium is just one of the best college football, or I should say high school football environments in the area. And here they make their way out, and these fans are loud, and they are ready to see their undefeated Bulldogs keep that streak alive. I mean, they haven't lost since I can't even remember. I mean, the streak they've been on has been incredible.
Well, the last time they lost was against Lafayette Jeff here in the playoffs.
Yep, but in the regular season, it's really been all them in the regular season. And they've controlled the DAC, especially last year, and they're looking to do the same this year. You don't see that every day, Jay, where you have a team go undefeated in a DAC 2 years in a row just because the DAC is so tough to win in.
Yes, it is. Hey, don't forget, they've got some games to go yet. As they run out onto the field, the fireworks are going off. They're coming out in their, it's like a light blue.
Like that powder blue in a way?
Yeah, powder blue. I'll go with it.
Got that powder blue with the red helmets. They walked here, their student section. What more did you need to be excited? Fireworks for tonight's game. That's how you do it. I mean,
they knew we were going to be here
show.
Tonight. It's for us.
This is a show right now here at Bulldog Stadium. I mean, as impressive as it gets.
Yes.
Everybody likes fireworks, even if it's not the 4th of July. But this place is ready to soar. They're ready to cheer on their Bulldogs. And with that being said, it's time for the starting lineup sponsored by the Gladish Law Group. Gladish Law Group, they're here to help. Action, not words. We're going to start first with that Crown Point offense, the left tackle. And I apologize if I butcher any of these names. Elias Pavidakis, Jeff Machete, Nathan Gregory at center, Austin Rivera, the right guard. At right tackle will be Paul Clark. The receivers, Cam Sorsey, Landon Delich, Nick Soley. Your tight end will be Jacob Soley. Your running back, Larry Ellison. And your starting quarterback for the Bulldogs, Noah Ehrlich. And here's how LaPorte will line up defensively in today's game. Defensive end number 9, Lucas Del Rio. Defensive tackle number 50, Sam Pressler. Defensive tackle number 90, Malachi Washington. On the other end, it's going to be number 56, Drew Oss. Middle linebacker 40, Kyle Friel. And middle linebacker number 38, R.J. Carnes. The linebacker number 8, Javel Broom. Your secondaries in today's game will be number 4, Kelly Hay, and number 20, Cam Neal. Your strong safety, 23, Kai Jones, and your free safety, number 32, Jack Borelli. Here's how LaPorte will line up offensively now. On the left tackle will be Aiden Easton. The left guard will be Matt Swider. Center will be Drew Oss. Right guard, Brody McKeehan. Your right tackle, Deegan Mason. Your receivers for the Slicers will be Drew Flores, Keegan Henkel, Ollie Kring, and Van Warner. The starting running back for the Slicers, John Lane. And your starting quarterback, number 18, a sophomore, Aiden Penzel. And here's how Crown Point will line up defensively. On the end, it'll be number 21, Nate Clark. The nose tackle, number 99, Mark Gonzalez. On the other end, it'll be number 85, the recent Purdue commit, Seamus Molaski. The linebacker, 39, Trevor Gibbs. And you have on the outside, number 7, Dominic Fanton. Inside will be number 1, Will Clark, and number 44, Drew Crowell. And on the outside will be number 41, Nico Pavlo. Your secondaries will be number 10, Jalen Kelly, and number 5, Jacob Jones. Your free safety is number 9, Griffin Van Texelit. So that's how we do it, Jay, here. The Gladys starting lineups. And we're about to get set here for kickoff. The Friday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, it's a beautiful night for some high school football. 69 degrees, no rain, and people are ready. And that's the game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. The Bulldogs set to receive the ball first, as this is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. And here we go. And that one, a little squib kick on the ground, picked up at about the 15-yard line, makes a move to his left, breaks a couple of tackles, and is brought down at the 30-yard line. So here come the Crown Point Bulldogs, 6-0 on the year. Their offense has been something special.
Yes, it has.
Starts with the quarterback, Noah Ehrlich, and Larry Ellison. Landon Dellis is 6'4", senior receiver.
Yes.
Jay, I mean, how do you really find a way to stop this offense? Because we kind of talked about it, but when you have as many weapons as they do.
Like I said, I think you've got to isolate one spot, and I think it is you've got to. But it looks like LaPorte's going to line up man-to-man, a little soft coverage right there. They've got an extra man in the box.
Yeah, quick pass for the Ehrlich. That's to his receiver, Landon Delich, and he is brought down. It's going to be a Four Seasons first down for the Bulldogs at about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, right there. All Noah Ehrlich did was just set back, and just a little stop pattern. The outside receiver ran an out route, and the inside receiver ran a little stop route. They threw it to the inside receiver. Easy pitch and catch. LaPorte's playing soft man-to-man coverage over the top of these receivers. It looks like they're going to go 4 linemen and 3 linemen now in this play.
Yeah, pass snap right there. Ehrlich picks it up himself, makes something out of nothing with his legs, and it's going to be another first down for the Bulldogs, a Four Seasons first down. And what awareness right there by the quarterback to pick up the ball and follow his blockers.
Yeah, nice job right there. Good field awareness by Noah Ehrlich. He got the ball, sort of paused for a second, let the pass rush come. LaPorte on that play only had 3 down linemen, so they were dropping an extra man into coverage. This time they come up with 4 on the line. They've got 2 linebackers about 4 or 5 yards deep, and then everybody else's secondary guys.
Yep, Ehrlich, a pass right there to his running back Ellison, and brought down quickly. Great job right there by the Slicers on the quick tackle. About a gain of 1 on that play.
Yeah, you know what, Ellison, if the receiver had sealed his defensive back to the inside, if Ellison would have been able to just step up and then bounce it to the outside, he had a huge lane there, but chose to take it inside and only got like 1 yard.
Yeah, Ellison comes into tonight's game with 9 catches for 135 yards and a touchdown. Crown Point already on LaPorte's side of the field. And here's on the second down. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle, and Ellison bulldozes his way. Short of a first down, it's going to be third down, but down at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Ellison right there, just a nice shot. Following his blockers, just a simple dive play. I mean, you look at the right guard, Austin Rivera, 285. He's going up against Sam Presley, 6 foot 195, so they're going to get a good push right there.
Yeah. Ehrlich, another handoff to Ellison, and it's going to be close right at the line.
Yes, it is. It is right on it. The official from the far side, closest to the chain, he is right on the first down marker.
That's about.
And the white hat says first down.
Yep, so that's a 4 seasons first down, 3 of them already for the Bulldogs on this drive. They'll move those chains on about the 31-yard line of LaPorte. A couple substitutions here for the Bulldogs, but it seem to be pretty easy right now for Crown Point moving the ball down the field.
Yeah, no running back, 5 receivers in the play.
So Ehrlich now by himself. Thought about it, now going to move to his right, looking for a man, and that one off the hands of his receiver and out of bounds. That was number 5.
Jacob Jones.
The receiver who was intended, Jones, the 5'8 senior with 15 catches going into tonight's game.
Yeah, Jones, as the ball got to him, he turned his head and looked like before he turned his head and was trying to run without the ball. He needs to just settle down. It's early, but just settle down, catch the ball, then make your move. Because he'd have had some room to move if he'd have caught that one.
2nd and 10 now. Running back behind Ehrlich this time. 3 on the bottom, 1 on the top, and there goes the running back in motion. And the pass goes right to the running back, Ellison, on that far sideline. Bushes his way, and that's going to be a first down at about the 20-yard line. And really running on that LaPorte sideline, and it's a 4 seasons first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the first man to hit him, number 4, Kelly Hay, came up, tried to make a hit, and Ellison just lowered the boom on him, and it took 2 more defensive backs to come up and finally push him out of bounds.
Yeah, Ellison, he might come in at 5'9 and 165, but he will bring that boom right to you on the football field. So Ehrlich is going to hand it off to his running back once more. Broke a tackle, but brought down by the legs at about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, nice job, number 40, Kelly Friel, coming from his middle linebacker position. Made a nice hit, got low, and that's what you got to do against Ellison because he does run with those shoulders low. If you get lower in him and attack him right at the thigh pad, he was able to bring him down by himself. Nice solo tackle there.
Some more substitutions right here for the Bulldogs.
Last week we were calling them line changes.
Line changes. So Ehrlich's got 2 receivers out, or 4 receivers, I should say. Now 1 in motion. He's going to keep it himself. He rolls to his right. He has an open man right there at the 15-yard line. Now moves towards that sideline and is brought down just in front of the 5. Looks to be the 6-yard line. And just like that, Crown Point is 6 yards away from their first score of the game.
Yeah, and you talked about that man coming in motion. He sort of settled over the guard tackle area. Then as the play was going, Ehrlich faked to Larry Ellison, and then all of a sudden that man that was in motion came across and was wide open in the flat.
Yeah, Ehrlich once again by himself. You've got 2 receivers on his left, 3 on the right.
Yeah, that's a short side of field, so they're going to stack it into the boundary here with 3 receivers.
You do have...
No, Ellison's going to line up in the pistol.
You moved in there. You do have Delich on that short side of the field. He's going to hand it off to his running back, Ellison. Ellison is met right away by multiple slicers. A great job by the defense. I believe number 50, Sam Pressler, was one of the first guys there to make the stop.
Yep. Pressler and Cranes, number 38 for the LaPorte Slicers, comes in and makes a nice hit. Minimal gain there. Looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 6.
Credit to LaPorte on this first drive. It seems like they've done a good job holding that running game the best they can. It seems like the passing game has really given them some troubles on this drive. So Ehrlich, he's going to keep it himself, makes a move towards his left, heads towards the end zone. He spins, and they give it to him. It's a rushing touchdown for the quarterback, Noah Ehrlich, his 4th one of the season. And the Bulldogs score on their first drive.
Yeah, Noah Ehrlich did a great job. He saw the outside was covered. There was a couple defensive backs coming up to his outside. So he planted and stepped inside the right tackle and went straight up the field. Had to run over a linebacker to get there, but he was able to do it. So Ehrlich lowering his shoulder and making a hit right there to get into the end zone. A 6-yard run on 2nd down.
And Crown Point, an extra point away from making this 7-0. And it's up, and it's good. Crown Point on homecoming. They score on their first drive. But when we come back, it'll be time for the Slicers' first offensive possession as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Back here on our game night built by Von Tobel, the Bulldogs lead 7-0, and here is the kickoff. Ollie Kring and Kelly Hay, the guys in the back for LaPorte. That one picked up and going to be returned by the Slicers. Brought down at about the 25-yard line as that Quintel kickoff. And all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Now, Jay, here we go. The Slicers, their first time on the offensive end. And they're going to need a response right here just because it seems things pretty effortlessly for Crown Point driving down the field.
Well, I think if nothing else, get a couple first downs, give your defense a break, let them calm down a little bit, but keep the ball moving, burn some clock, get some first downs, and if they get stopped at midfield and punt it away, that gives Crown Point a long field. So try and flip the field a little bit here, but try and get some first downs.
5 wide for the Slicers right now. Penzel, quick pass, completed, and a couple more yards after that catch, and down the sideline he goes, past the 50-yard line, down at about the 45, and that's the start you need.
Oh, yeah.
If you're the Slicers.
Yeah, that was a nice job right there by number 10, Drew Flores. Made the first couple guys miss, got down the sidelines, and exploded for about a 30-yard gain.
Yeah, the senior came in with 13 catches for 152 yards and a touchdown. LaPorte already on Crown Point's side of the football field, and that's a Four Seasons first down as well. And they got 4 on one side for the Slicers. And Penzel is going to hand it off to his running back, and he is met right there by multiple Bulldogs. And pick your name, Jay Simmons. There was a lot of them out there.
Well, the first one to get there was Nate Clack, number 21. Good job stepping up and stopping that run in its tracks right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be second down and 10.
So no gain on that run. LaPorte on about the Crown Point 49-yard line after that. A huge pass play to start off their drive. Empty backfield for Penzel. He's got 3 on his right, 2 on his left. Penzel drops back, another quick pass, and that one's high and incomplete. The intended receiver for the Slicers looked to be number 5, Keegan Henkel.
Yeah, Keegan Henkel was well covered underneath by Will Clark, came out of his linebacker position and was able to cut that one off, and Penzel did a nice job throwing that one away. He threw it to a spot where only his guy could make the catch. So big down right here for the LaPorte Slicers after they get that big play on the first down.
Yeah, as quick as LaPorte got that first down, now they're quickly in a 3rd and 10 right here. You have running back there for Penzel. You've got 3 on his left, 1 on his right. Might see a blitz here from the Bulldogs, and here comes the pressure. Penzel drops back, trying to find somewhere to go, and he has nowhere to go. Brought down. Looks like that was number 85, Seamus Molaski on the sack.
Yeah, Seamus Molaski just did a nice bull rush, got into the backfield, but the thing was the ends, the outside linebackers were coming around ends on the outside, and Penzel had to step up into the pocket, and when he stepped up, he was greeted by Seamus Molaski for the sack.
You could tell Crown Point, they were bringing the heat. Jack Dottie is the punter for the Slicers, 27 punts for 447 yards. That includes 7 of his punts in the 20-yard line. So we'll see where he can place the ball here. Some more pressure by the Bulldogs. Almost blocked that one. Fair caught, and that one's going to be down at the 15-yard line. So another punt inside the 24.
Yeah.
Jack Doty, he's really been a bright spot for this LaPorte team. And, of course, Mayor Pete Land and Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldogs football and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Mayor Land and the Pace team invite everybody to Bulldog Park for Oktoberfest next weekend, October 6th and 7th. Join us for German music and fare. For more information, contact the Pace Department at 219-661-2271. Of course, Langle's Pizza has been a favorite spot since 1979. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Langle serves Northwest Indiana from their 3 locations, Highland, Cherville, and Crown Point. Order online at langlespizza.com. Langle's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network. Crown Point quickly set to go here. Empty backfield for Ehrlich. Ehrlich kind of rolling to his right. He's got a man down the field, and it's caught. And no, he dropped it. Oh, I believe that was Landon Delich right there.
Yeah, Delich doesn't do that often.
Wow.
He had a good 3 yards past any of the defensive backs, and he looked it in, and like you said, he caught it, and just as he caught it, it bounced off his hands and to the ground.
Wow. He had the field wide open for him.
Yeah. And it was Noah Ehrlich threw that one about 45 yards.
On the move as well.
Yeah, across his body. So nice throw, right on the money. Delich does not do that often.
All right, 2nd and 10, Ellison with the carry. A couple of yards on that one, maybe 2, a couple of slicers on the tackle. In the thick of that, you've got, looks like maybe number 93. Actually, no, just number 90, Malachi Washington was one of the guys.
Yeah, Washington, 5'9", 230. So this,
and only a sophomore. So.
Yeah, he's got room to grow.
So 3rd down now for the Bulldogs. Almost had a touchdown on the first play of this drive, trying to respond. Ehrlich's going to roll to his right. He's got an open man. That one is Delich. He does make the grab. It's going to be a 1st down and some more. Breaking some tackles down the sideline. And he's going to be down at about the 49-yard line. It's a 4 seasons 1st down for the Bulldogs. But Landon Delich saying, hey, I might have dropped that one, but I got you. I got your back on this catch. You got a lot of yards after catch on that play.
Yeah, Delich, what they did, they had trips to that side. They ran the 2 outside receivers or 2 inside receivers on a deep out and then a streak pattern. And Delich, all he really did was run about 10 yards, sat down, and let everybody clear out, and he just got a wide open pass and made a nice run.
So another 1st down for the Bulldogs. Ehrlich rolls to his right. He's got a lot of time. Now goes to his left, and he's going to take off with his legs. Up the middle he goes. It's going to be a 1st down and about 2 yards more down at the LaPorte 38-yard line, and it's a 4 seasons 1st down.
Yeah, Ehrlich, great pass coverage by the secondary of LaPorte. Nowhere to go with it. He actually had time to direct traffic. He was waving his hand left and right and telling one guy, go this way, go that way, and still nobody open. And so he decided to run it and picked up about 12, 13 yards on the play.
So just like that, Crown Point on the LaPorte side of the field, and we got a false start maybe right there. Early movement by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to march that one back about 5 yards.
So equipment malfunction, no penalty on the play, just an equipment malfunction. So everything remains the same, still 1st down for the Bulldogs. Just
looked like the official was saying something about a helmet, and one of the receivers was moving his hands to adjust his helmet.
Under 4 minutes to go. Ehrlich's going to drop back. He's got some time. He's got a man down the field. This time it's Delich, and it's caught this time right over the secondary. Landon Delich for number 4 on the year, and that is one picture-perfect pass from Noah Ehrlich as Crown Point has their 2nd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that was Delich waited until the ball was there, then high-pointed it, jumped up over the defensive back. And you're looking at the defensive backs for LaPorte. The tallest one is 6-foot Kelly Hay, and that looked like he was the one back there, and Delich at 6'4". He had no chance, especially when Delich high-pointed that ball. Great job slowing down and adjusting to the pass. Nice catch.
Crown Point makes the extra point, and they lead by 14 with 3:44 to go. here in the first quarter. We're going to take a break, but just a reminder, you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Welcome to Public Bar and Rec, located in downtown Crown Point, a place for good games, good drinks, and good food. So come in and make it public. Try to survive zombie dodgeball, score a hole-in-one playing golf, or choose from over 13 multi-sport simulator games while fueling your competition with a variety of appetizers, entrees, and beverages. We have games for all ages with our family-friendly hours till 9 p.m. Reserve your simulator at publicbarandrec.com and let the fun begin.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Kick is off here on our Game Night built by Von Tobel. Return to about the 18, 20-yard line for the Slicers. Of course, this Quintel kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. So now, Jay, the deficit is bigger for the Slicers. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. And for LaPorte, they had that huge first play that got them on the Crown Point side of the field, but then they stalled.
Yeah, well, that's part of the growing process with that passing attack. Is Crown Point did a nice job mixing up wanting the first down after they got that big play. They dropped everybody. Second down, they blitzed. Third down, they blitzed. So the quarterback's going to have a growing process tonight.
Yeah, quick pass right there, but it's too high for its intended receiver.
Number 10, Drew Flores. Drew should have came down with that one. As my coach used to say when I played wide receiver, to hit your hands, it should have been caught.
Oh, man.
And that one should have been caught. You got to help out your young quarterback right there.
I mean, you're absolutely correct. When you have a chance to make that catch, especially a young quarterback like Penzel, you have to give him as much confidence as you can give him. And I'm sure he felt a lot after that huge, first play of the drive, and then when they couldn't get anything going, it kind of stumps your confidence a little bit. So 2nd and 10 now.
I mean, the guys that got the burden for tonight is that offensive line of LaPorte trying to hold out that rush.
We saw them bring the rush on that 3rd down last drive, and they sacked Penzel. And here comes more of a rush. Hands it off to the running back, Lane, and there is no lane for him to go. He is brought down quickly. No gain on that run. It's going to be quickly a 3rd and long for the Slicers.
Yeah, that was Will Clark from his middle linebacker position, just stuffing the hole right there. Didn't blitz, just stuffed the hole, read it perfectly, and made the nice tackle.
So 3rd and 10 on the last 3rd down. LaPorte, they were sacked. Crown Point, they brought the heat. It was Seamus Molaski on that sack.
Well, they mix it up. Sometimes they bring 4, sometimes they bring 5. They got 3 down linemen at any given time. But it just depends on which 2 linebackers. The last time they sacked on 3rd down, they brought the 2 outside linebackers. So we'll see if they change it up.
4 receivers out there, 2 on his left, 2 on his right. Penzel drops back. Here comes some pressure. Penzel now rolls to his left. Nowhere to go, but he's trying to make something out of it. Throw to the near sideline, and that's going to be out of bounds. Penzel, and they were hunting him down. He had nowhere to go. Tried to find a receiver, but a good job by the Bulldogs defense to hold him to a 3-and-out.
Yeah, there was 3 Bulldogs in hot pursuit. Look, Will Clark was out there. You had 99 Mark Gonzalez out there. You had Seamus Molaski. The dog pound was after him on that one.
Who let the dogs out, they're saying right now.
Yep.
So Jack Doty for his 2nd punt of the night. The first one was fair caught. Delich, the returner for the Bulldogs. Doty's punt, it is up. Kind of low, a little line drive. Delich is going to let that one roll. It does. It's going to go past the 30 and stop at about the 29-yard line. So a nice punt right there by Jack Doty. And Crown Point's offense, they're going to try to score for their 3rd time
in 3 possessions.
And we'll stay right here just because they move pretty quick in high school
football.
Yes, they do.
Jay,
take us through what you've seen from this Crown Point offense the first 2 drives, because things have seemed pretty effortlessly for them out there.
Well, the thing is that LaPorte's giving them that soft coverage with a shell to the outside, man coverage. and they're playing really soft. They're about 8 yards off, so they're giving anything underneath. And then when they do have time to throw, which it seems like it's been a lot, that they're able to get past the defensive backs. Defensive backs trying to settle in, and then all of a sudden they blow right by them. Crown Point receivers blow right by them. So they've got to come up with either a pass rush or drop back a little bit more.
Well, that's what Ehrlich does. He drops back. Another deep throw and almost caught. That was number
Seamus Molaski, number 85.
Seamus Molaski tried to make the one-handed grab, but it was just off his fingertips.
Yeah, and the thing was, Noah Ehrlich was rolling out, and his feet were moving. If he maybe would have set himself and then thrown, he might have been able to drop that one in, because the defensive back was a step behind Seamus Molaski. But again, nice job moving out of the pocket. They did bring some pressure, and Noah Ehrlich was able to step to the side. But again, if he had time, if he'd have set his feet, it would have been able to throw a strike right in there.
It is impressive how comfortable he is throwing on the run, and here's what he's going to do on the run. Throws it to his receiver, Delich. He jumps, he makes the grab. Down at about the 45-yard line. It's going to be a Four Seasons first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and again, right there, the last play that Landon Delich caught for a big gain on that was the same play. He had two receivers clear out, and then Landon Delich just sort of settled in about 10, 15 yards downfield, and again, wide open.
Crown Point near that 50-yard line at their own 45. Under 2 minutes ago here in the first quarter, the Bulldogs lead 14-0. The connection of Ehrlich and Delich has been on point tonight so far. And Ehrlich's going to hand off to his running back, Ellison. Up the middle he goes, in through a defender. And that's a Four Seasons first down at the LaPorte 41-yard line.
Yeah, Ellison right there, a 14-yard gain on the play. He didn't get touched until the free safety came up and made the tackle downfield. So if they can get Ellison going and then that passing game going, it's going to be a long night for the Slicers defense.
Crown Point, like their first two drives, moving the ball down the field. Pretty easy. You've got three receivers out there for the quarterback. And it looks like we might get a timeout as well right here by the Bulldogs, it appears. And with that timeout, we're going to take a timeout as well as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu, hi Stu, has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network. Von Tobel, building better together, your local building material supplier and design center. Visit VonTobel.com to find out more. So Crown Point comes out of the timeout. It's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, nearing the end of this first quarter. Ehrlich's going to keep it himself. Another quick pass into his star receiver, Landon Delich. Hit outside at about the 30-yard line right there. And that's going to move the chains for a Four Seasons first down.
That's about the third pass in a row right there. Delich is caught to that right side of Noah Ehrlich, and it just seems like
what I'm seeing,
he just settles down. He goes about 5-6 yards downfield, and he just settles, and boom, he's wide open.
Well, what I'm seeing, Jay, is LaPorte is afraid to play man-to-man on Delich just because what happened on that touchdown pass. If you're one-on-one, Noah Ehrlich's going to throw to him every time. Ellison on the sideline, he goes with a burst of speed and flips at about the 15-yard line. It's a Four Seasons first down. But going back to what I'm saying, Jay, it seems like for LaPorte, they don't want Landon Delich to beat him and have that one-on-one coverage, so they're going to play off on him. And Noah Ehrlich's saying, look, you guys can do that all you want. We'll just throw those small passes and get 8-9 yards each play.
Yeah, and every time he does get his hands on the ball, he's explosive, and he can bust one down the field like he did on that first one for about a 30, 40-yard game.
So here are the Bulldogs now. Ehrlich, another quick pass, another pass to Delich on that sideline and brought down by three Slicers.
He's definitely made up for the drop he had.
Oh, I bet you when that drop happened, he came right to the huddle and he said, look, throw me the ball. I need that one back.
Oh, I'm sure he did. And now they're going to the well. early and
That's
often.
what you got to do. Time is ticking here in the first quarter. Only 30 seconds to go. Crown Point trying to score 3 touchdowns in this quarter. And they're about 10 yards away. Ehrlich hands it off to Ellison. Ellison to his left. Up the middle he goes and jumps in the end zone for a touchdown. Number 14 on the year. And just like that, another Crown Point touchdown, 20-0.
Yeah, nice job. They had a couple linemen pulling out in front of Ellison, and Ellison just read it perfectly and pretty much walked in for that score.
Yeah. Nice cut by him. He was going to the left, and, man, the quickness by the 5'9" junior to get right back in the middle of that defense, and like you said, untouched. 2 for 2 on the PATs. Crown Point is trying to go 3 for 3. It's up. It's low, but it's good. So Crown Point hits that extra point, and they lead 21-0 with 17 seconds to go here in the first quarter. As you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Welcome back as Von Tobel presents Game Night in the Region right here on the Region Sports Network. It's 21-0. Crown Point at home on homecoming night. The Bulldogs trying to keep their undefeated season alive, as here is the Quintel kickoffs. And, of course, this kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. And here's on the return a couple of moves. Able to get some extra yards right there, down at about the 27-yard line. LaPorte, 9 seconds to go here in the first quarter, so they'll probably have the ball to start that second quarter. But for LaPorte, you're going to have to look for some type of momentum-building drive at some point, just because it's quickly 21-0.
Yeah, they got to get a couple first downs. Again, give their defense a couple seconds to catch their breath before they have to come back out. I think they've tried throwing the ball quite a few times. Why don't they run a draw, some screens, because they're getting a lot of pass rush in their face. So maybe a draw or a screen might slow that pass rush down a little bit.
Since that big first play, it was 6 straight plays, and they've only gained about 5 yards on those plays and a couple of drops by the receivers. So Penzol's got 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, the running back besides him. Penzol's going to hand it off to his running back lane and nowhere to go, as he is absolutely swarmed.
Yeah, Will Clark on the tackle right there. Looked like he was in the huddle. He knew exactly where that ball was going.
And that's going to conclude the first quarter here at Bulldog Stadium. It's been all Crown Point so far, but stay tuned as LaPorte has the football. Just a reminder, you're watching Game Night in the Region, built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors, plus built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel, building better together.
Welcome to Game Night, built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network. The start of the second quarter, we'll flip sides on the football field. So LaPorte, 2nd and 10 for them. Penzel on the quick throw. That one's going to be dropped and incomplete. number 14 was the intended receiver, Ollie Krink, and it's third down quickly.
Well, it looked like there was two guys in the same area, and it looked like he was throwing it to the outside receiver. It was trips to that side, and all three receivers were running a hitch, and they didn't separate as they went down the field. And it looked like he was throwing it to the middle receiver because he was open, but Ollie decided it was his catch and knocked it down.
So third and long for LaPorte. They went 3 and out on their last drive, trying to not do the same here. They're at about their own 25-yard line. We've seen the Bulldogs bring the pressure on third downs. Might be the case here as they are jam-packed at that line. And here they come. Penzel's going to roll to his right, trying to find some room, and that one over the head of his intended receiver and out of bounds. And that's going to be a fourth down. The intended receiver, Keegan Henkel, for the Slicers. And Jack Doty's going to have to come out again for a LaPorte punt.
Well, that's one of the things that when you have a record like this team does, you spend a lot of time on your punt team for special teams and your kickoff return team. I'm saying this from experience.
Well, Landon Delich, the man that will be returning for the Bulldogs here on this punt at about the 40-yard line. Jack Doty's had a couple of nice punts. That one might have been tipped or shanked. It's going out of bounds, and it's going to stay near the Bulldogs, picked up at the LaPorte 30-yard line. If my math is correct, about a 4-yard punt with that bounce.
That's going to hurt his average on the season, that's for sure.
That's going to hurt his average, but it's also going to hurt his team because Crown Point, they've been able to move the football when they're on their own side of the field. Now they have amazing starting position on the LaPorte 30-yard line.
Yeah, it is. This now, does LaPorte try and sell out here a little bit and try and slow this scoring machine of Crown Point down?
We'll see right here. We've seen Delich, we've seen Ellison, we've seen Ehrlich do it all. And there's a little fake and a handoff with a magic right there, and he's going to walk in for 6. How about that? Pulling a rabbit out of the hat. Noah Ehrlich with the trickery. And it's another Crown Point touchdown on the first play of this drive.
Well, what a nice job right there. Just like you said, a little trickeration right around the corner there, and Ellison walks right into that one.
Second of the night. I mean, everybody was fooled. They thought Ehrlich was throwing to his right. Ellison comes on the left and a little bit of a handoff. Wow.
Yeah, that could go down as a local 374 blue-collar play of the game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers 374.
And there's an extra point made by the Bulldogs, and 28-0 they lead. As, of course, you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
Here in our game night built by Von Tobel at Bulldog Stadium. Crown Point leads 28-0. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jack Thiel alongside me, Jay Simmons, Zach Miller producing today's game as we're about to get set for a Quintel kickoff. As this kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Jay, 28-0, just in a snap of a finger. It seems like we were just talking about that LaPorte punt.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, Ellison's walking in for the score.
And there's that kickoff. It's going to, that one looked to go out of bounds, and that will result in a flag. So LaPorte going to have better starting field position than usual on this drive, but for the Slicers, they really haven't found that groove. It was that first play we keep talking about, but since then it's been nothing. Aiden Penzel's trying to find his receivers, a couple off throw, a couple of drops, and the running game has been irrelevant. You know, I believe
so
their
far, yes.
longest carry was 2 yards.
All right, well, let's get to the scoreboard update brought to you by Strachan Van Til. your favorite Indiana-made grocery store real quick before they snap the ball. Here we've got River Forest 14, Bishop Knoll 0, Boone Grove 22, Whiting 0, Calumet and Wheeler knotted up at 0. After this play, we'll get to some more the Strachan Van Til scoreboard.
All right. Thank you, Jay. 4 receivers out there for the Slicers. Penzel drop back, another quick pass, that one incomplete and off the hand, something we've been seeing frequently in this first half to Keegan Henkel.
Yeah, you got to help that sophomore quarterback out. Here we go, some more scores. Hammond Central 12, Morton Governors 0, Munster in the Battle of the Bridge 14, Highland 7, Hobart 7, Hanover 3.
All right. I believe that might be the first time Hanover is trailing all season as well.
Oh, boy. And now here we go. We got West Side 8, Griffith nothing, and Indianapolis Chittard 28, Andran 0. Oh, and the last one, Portage 0, Michigan City 0.
All right. Some of those scores courtesy of our friends from Strachan Van Til, the hometown scoreboard, which you can view on our Facebook and YouTube page. There's a carry by Lane. And just like the previous runs before this one, nowhere to go. No gain on that one. And quickly another 3rd and long for LaPorte.
And here comes, they're just going to let the dog pound loose on this one. They have been blitzing.
They need to play the song on 3rd downs now. It seems like it's been the message this game. It's who's going to let the dogs out here on 3rd down.
They have blitzed 2 linebackers every play. It just depends on which 2. They got their 3 down linemen rushing, but it just depends on which 2 linebackers they have been bringing.
So LaPorte trying to draw up a 1st down here. They haven't had one since their first drive. So Penzel, he's got 3 receivers on his left, 1 here on the right, the near sideline, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout. Actually, no, a delay of game by the Slicers, so it's going to be even tougher for them. They'll move 5 yards back, and now it's going to be about 3rd and 16.
And we missed a couple scores on that Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. The ones we missed was Chesterton 14, Lake Central 0, KV Cougars 17, Lowell 0, and Maryville 14, Valpo 6. Ooh, a bit of an upset going on there.
Absolutely, a lot of great action on tonight's slate. And right there, Penzel sacked and brought down. A flag does come up. That was number 21, Nate Kulk on the sack, but there is a flag in.
I have to say, a nice throw by the official from all the way from the sidelines out to the hash mark.
The offense is staying out on the field as of now.
It may have been, Clack may have hit the quarterback in the helmet-to-helmet contact. Oh, holding.
Holding on the offense. It's going to be declined, so it'll be a 4th down. So Crown Point, they'll get the ball right back. Nate Kulk was the one on that sack, his 2nd one of the season. He came into tonight's game with 9 tackles for loss and 1 sack.
Now he's got 10.
Now he's got 10. Team leader in tackles for loss, and Jack Dowdy once again back out there to punt for the Slicers. Delich at about the Crown Point 40-yard line. Low snap, punt is high and caught at about, actually no, he's going to let it drop and just let it bounce a little bit. It's going to be down at the Crown Point 41-yard line. Delich seemed like he was going to make a play on it, but just backed off and didn't really make a move on it.
No, and it's a good thing. You're up 21-0. Why risk it? Connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game, it's the Hose Connection halftime report presented by Hose Connection, proven under pressure. We'll be getting to that one in just a few minutes. We've got
Crown Point leading
10 minutes left in the second quarter.
28-0 with 10-18 to go here in that second quarter. 4 touchdowns and 4 drives for the Bulldogs. And there's a flag right there. Not sure if there was moving at the line, maybe some encroachment by the defense.
Yeah, I mean, the umpire right there threw the flag, so it looks like it might have been some movement.
Yep, it's going to be a false start on the offense.
Yeah, one of the linemen might have flinched or picked a hand up. Once they put that hand down, it cannot come back up until the snap.
Really the first and only mistake Crown Point has made tonight.
I think that's the second illegal procedure penalty of the night, but that's been it.
We had the one where it was the equipment malfunction.
Oh, that's right. That's it. Yep,
So-
my fault. So that was the first penalty accepted.
So now 1st and 15. But for Crown Point, that seems like nothing the way they've been able to move the football. Ehrlich And another quick pass. Oh, the quarterback throws it to the receiver, trying to find a man down the field. Lets it go. And caught. What a grab right there by the Bulldogs.
Trevor Gibbs.
And you mentioned it in our pregame show, Jay. Watch out for Trevor Gibbs. He comes out of nowhere. Another trickery play by the Bulldogs. Ehrlich threw it to one of his receivers. It took a couple of seconds to develop, but he found Gibbs down at about the 29-yard line for a Four Seasons first down.
Well, as the receiver caught the ball, he had to take a second or two to get it adjusted into his hands, and then Gibbs sort of snuck out from his tight end position and came wide open.
Just like that, Crown Point on the LaPorte side of the field. Ellison with the carry now moves to his left, brought down at about the 15, 16-yard line, about 2 yards short of that first down. 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs. But it seems like every play Crown Point's been able to at least get 5 yards. They've been passing it, they've been running it, they've been showing some trick plays you maybe not see on the film every day.
Well, you know what, that makes the other team practice those plays, and that just extends their practice a little bit more.
Quick pass by Ehrlich in an empty backfield, but it's going to be dropped. I believe that was Ellison that dropped it.
And that wide receiver pass could be another one of those Boilermakers Locals 374 blue-collar play of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs at more at your local 374.org.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those in this first half by Crown Point. They put on a show for all these fans here in attendance for homecoming night. It looks like for the student section, it's neon night.
Yeah, they are glowing over there.
So Ehrlich hands it off to his running back Ellison and is brought down. Kind of an awkward tackle.
That's number 94, the LaPorte Slicers. He tackled
Malachi Washington.
Yeah, he got him right around the top of the shoulder pads and ripped him down. The 5'9", 230-pound sophomore.
So for the first time, Crown Point in a 4th down situation. 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs.
Well, let's see what they come up with here.
Well, we've seen how the Eagles run that Jalen Hurts push, maybe right here with Noah Ehrlich. Ehrlich keeps it himself, and he's going to hand it off to his running back, Ellison. Finds some room, breaks a tackle, and it's going to be a Four Seasons first down as he's brought down at about the 7-yard line. So just like that, Crown Point able to run the ball right through the LaPorte defense.
Well, they lined up with 2 extra backs to the right side right behind the offensive line. They pulled those 2 guys, and they just kicked everybody out. And Ellison could have walked in for a touchdown, except for one of the defensive back came up and made a great tackle.
So 1st and goal for Ehrlich. Ellison in motion to the right side. Ehrlich looks to his left now, has a receiver, makes a man miss, but is brought down at the 3-yard line.
There's Nick Soley on the catch right there.
I believe that's his first catch of the game. He came into tonight's game with 19 catches for 256 yards. And one thing Crown Point's done very well, it's a lot of misdirection. Noah Ehrlich on that play looked to his right first, then quickly turned to his left. We saw the trick play, that rushing touchdown. Everybody thought he was going to the right. The ball went to the left. So, Crown Point has really done a good job keeping that LaPorte defense at guessing out there.
Well, that, and then when you keep this team guessing, it progresses as through the season when teams try and break this field down to try and come up with some tendencies.
Yep. Ehrlich keeps himself. He's going to move to his left. Tackled in the end zone. And in for a touchdown. Noah Ehrlich keeps it himself for his 2nd of the night. And the Bulldogs with another touchdown. Here in the first half, it's 34-0.
Nice job right there by Noah Ehrlich. He tried to roll it out, then saw there was nobody open because his main receiver was Trevor Gibbs releasing from his tight end position. He was covered. And as soon as he saw that linebacker vacate, he planted and went straight ahead and got the touchdown.
Made a really quick cut right there for a quarterback. He was moving all the way to his right, saw that lane that he could take, and, man, did he take it. As there's the PAT, it's up, and it's good. So the score now 35-0, Crown Point. As we're going to take a break here as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here in our game night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network. We're at Bulldog Stadium where Crown Point has a hefty lead, 35-0. Thank you for making us a part of your night. Jack Thiel here alongside me, Jay Simmons and Zach Miller producing today's game, of course. Here is a Quintel kickoff, and all kickoffs are presented by our friends at Quintel Incorporated LaPorte. Trying to find some momentum as we have 7:32 left here in the second quarter. That one is off and caught. It's going to be returned by a slicer. A couple of missed men and tackle that about the 25-yard line. So LaPorte, they're trying to find something in this offense. The run game hasn't really been that well. They've had some open receivers in the pass game, but some untimely throws and drops have hurt them.
Yeah, and just like you said, they're not clicking on all cylinders, and the defense, a mobile, quick defense like this does not help that passing game to evolve and get the ball moving down the field.
So the Slicers trying to get some momentum, maybe not their first points, but trying to build off of something before it's too late. 4 receivers on the far sideline for LaPorte. Now 1 in motion. And it's going to be a fake. Actually, no, they do give it to him. And he's going to be brought down. Crown Point was all over that one.
Yeah, it looks like number 21, Nate Clack, who could be up for our blue-collar player of the game. That's Boilermakers 374, blue-collar player of the game.
Looks like a little bit of a loss on that play for LaPorte. It's going to be a loss of 3. So 2nd and 13. They're at their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, this Crown Point defense really knows how to pursue well to the ball. They just fly around.
Penzo with 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. He's going to keep it himself. Oh, and he is met in the backfield. What a sack, and guess who it is? Will Clark. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like he was in the huddle. That could be a proud Union home play of the game right there, brought to you by IKORCC, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. He was shot out of a cannon, and the nice thing was he took the quarterback down gently. He didn't slam him down, but Will Clark, untouched, and just as Penzel set his feet, he was there to meet him.
I'll tell you one thing, Will Clark, he is fast as lightning, but he hits like thunder. Man, what a play right there. So now a very long 3rd down for LaPorte, all the way back at their own 15-yard line. And Penzel with the quick pass, it's caught and nowhere to go once more. Crown Point is just all over everything in the first half, and it's going to result in probably another punt for the Slicers.
It was Ollie Kring on the catch right there, juggled it 2 or 3 times before he was able to catch it. And let's take a quick break as we got a player down for LaPorte.
Yep, absolutely, as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Back here in our game night built by Von Tobel. That was Ollie Kring, the shaken up player for LaPorte. He was walking on his own power, so that is great to see. We hope that he is okay. So Ollie Kring now makes his way to the sideline. Here comes the punt team for the Slicers. It was really a rough drive for them. Not much to go, and then obviously that big sack that we saw by Will Clark. So 4th and 20 at their own 15-yard line. Delich stands right at the 50-yard line on that CP Bulldog logo. Here's the punt. It's up. This one better than the last punt. and caught by Delich. Actually, no, yep, it's going to be a fair catch. I don't know if he called for it, but apparently the officials say he did.
The official said you had raised your hand. Now, anytime you have any motion of going upwards, that they're going to call that a fair catch, and especially at this point in the game, up 35-0.
So Crown Point, they'll start on their own 49-yard line, and with 5:14 to go, make sure you stay tuned because we're going to connect the first half and the second half of tonight's game with the Hose Connections halftime report presented by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Once again, that's going to be our halftime show, where we'll go over this game and, of course, some of the other scores going on in the region, courtesy of our friends at the hometown scoreboard of Strachan Van Til.
I think the real person that's under pressure has been Aiden Penzel, the quarterback for LaPorte.
Now Ehrlich in the roll is right on the run, completes the pass. It's going to be a first down and more to his wide receiver.
Looked like number 10, maybe? Or was that 11?
Come 18, Aiden Smith.
Oh, Smith, all right.
So it's a four seasons first down for the Bulldogs once more. I feel like I'm a broken record with the amount of times I've been saying that tonight, but that's just how good Crown Point's moved the football down the field tonight. Now under 5 minutes ago and counting. 35-0, the Bulldogs lead, trying to make it 42-0. Ehrlich, he's going to hand off to his running back Ellison. Up the middle he goes, tackled about 3 to 4 yards short of that first down marker, but still a positive gain by the junior running back. So now it's going to be a gain of 6, and Crown Point now on the LaPorte 33-yard line.
That looks like that is Tommy Guignigno in at the running back position, number 20.
Okay. So Crown Point sharing the love on the team, getting just a lot of bodies out there and a lot of reps. And Ehrlich's going to keep it himself. He drops back, has some time, one-on-one, and it's going to be incomplete. It was a good battle right there. It was, I believe, number 83, Cam Sorcy for Crown Point, and on LaPorte that looked to be, I want to say that's number 20, Cam Neal.
Yeah, they did a nice job. They were both battling for the ball. A little bit of contact, but it was mutual contact, which I think that's a good no call right there.
Yeah, definitely was a good battle for the football. It was a one-on-one matchup. So third down for the Bulldogs. Ehrlich. And there's a handoff to his running back. To the left he goes, up the middle, and he is met by a slicer. It's going to be short. That's number 8. Javel Broom, the 6'4 senior on the stop. He's been one of the most impressive players on this LaPorte defense throughout the year. 43 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 forced fumbles. So now an interesting decision here for the Bulldogs. It's going to be fourth down. Where is it?
Yeah, and if they went for a field goal, it would be a 50-yard field goal into the wind.
Oof.
So it looks like they're going to bypass that and go for it.
They've already converted 1 fourth down in this game. So Ehrlich is going to keep it himself. He drops back, some pressure, and a little pass right there. It's a drop-off. The running back makes a man miss, another man miss, and it's going to be a first down. Bush back. Might have got forward progression, or they're not going to give him that.
They are not going to give him that. He got past the first down and got walloped, and then they're deciding on where they're going to spot the ball. Looks like the side judges are coming in.
Well, the one side judge that's on the near sideline, the Crown Point sideline, had him where he just got pushed back, where he was before he went backwards. The line judges on the other side had him where he was tackled.
Yeah, I think because it looked like he was able to gain his balance and start moving back forward, and he would not have been enough for the first down. But they are. He was short of the line to gain. So good call, I think, right there by the officials.
So Crown Point, it's a turnover on downs. It's the first time all game they don't score on a drive for LaPorte. Good response by them, just because.
Good defense right there by the by the Slicers.
You're down 35-0. Obviously, things aren't going your way. The last thing you want to do is drop your head and, just coast through the game. You want to keep your head up. You want to keep putting that effort in. And you saw that right there on the defense. They never gave up. And, what seemed to be a first down for Crown Point, a big hit on the defensive end of things, gives LaPorte the ball back.
Yeah, nice big hit. Drove them back, but yet the thing was that Larry Ellison was able to regain composure and then try and move forward, and that's when he got tackled, and that's when he did not get the line to gain.
2:57 to go here in the second quarter. Getting close to halftime here at Bulldog Stadium. Once again, thank you for making us a part of your night, as this is Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network. Sold out crowd for the Crown Point side of things. These stands are packed and loaded, cheering on one of the better teams in Northwest Indiana. So we'll see how LaPorte responds after that impressive defensive stand. Man in motion, little jet touch pass right there, and another man for the Bulldogs. There is a flag on the play, but about 3 Bulldogs were there on the tackle at that Crown Point sideline. We'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, it looked like it may have been a holding or a block in the back by one of the receivers.
And that is going to be a holding on the offense. Penalty is declined, so
they got a loss of about 3 yards on the play. So good job by the coaching staff to decline the penalty, take the loss, and it's going to be second down and about 12, 13 yards.
Yep, good call right there by the officials. And for Crown Point, just you take down and still get a loss of yards on that play. So about second and 13 for LaPorte. And moving the ball backwards, and that's not what you want to do. So Penzel hands it off to his running back, and just like that, he's tackled. About a 1-2 yard gain on the play. And we might have a timeout right here, and that is going to be a case. Crown Point, they're going to call a timeout here, and we'll take a timeout as well as you're watching Game Night in the Region, built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
How far would you go to relive another Friday night under the lights? Well, lucky for you, you don't need to go that far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, the heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Friday Night Lights so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
Back here on our Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network. At the end of this second quarter for LaPorte, third down. And Penzel's going to drop back some time. A hit as he throws it, and it's picked off right there. Snatched in the air by a Bulldog.
Number 7 for the Bulldogs.
Number 7, just like you said, Jay Simmons. Dominic Fanton, his second of the season. And just like that, Crown Point gets the ball right back.
Well, nice job right there by Fanton, getting an outside linebacker, getting that kind of depth in the passing lanes and able to come up with the big interception.
So about 2:34 to go here in the second quarter. Crown Point in score on that last drive. That's the first time that's happened this game. Man in motion, and Ehrlich is going to keep it himself. And there's a little path to the left side. It's going to be incomplete. Good defense right there. That was Javel Broom.
Yeah, nice job. Great job. Got his hand extended as the ball tried to float over the top of him and knocked it away. Ellison could have had a big catch right there, but never got to him.
So for LaPorte, although they are trailing by a lot, their defense has improved.
Oh, definitely. They have picked it up significantly since those first couple drives.
So second and 10 for Crown Point on their own on the 50-yard line. Ehrlich keeping himself, drops back, has some time. He's going to move around and try to find somebody, nowhere to go, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds. And once again, that LaPorte defense really doing a good job making things tough on the Crown Point offense. It's going to be quickly a third down.
Yeah, number 50, Sam Presley, was right there on top of Ehrlich, not giving him a chance to set his feet, and he just ended up throwing that one out of bounds, lived to play another down.
Ehrlich getting his sign from the sidelines, trying to create something here on third down, keeping his drive alive as 2:14 left on the clock before we get into the halftime festivities taking place here at Bulldog Stadium. Ehrlich hands it off to his running back, and wow, he is met and brought down. That was number 38 for LaPorte, R.J. Carnes, the junior middle linebacker. And it's going to be 4th down for Crown Point.
Now this is the second 4th down of the game for the Bulldogs. And what are they going to do? They've got 1 minute and 51 seconds left in the half. As time ticks away.
We know Ehrlich can punt the ball, so they might see that look here. But as of now, it looks like they're going to go for it. It's a long 4th down. So Ehrlich going to roll to his right, has some time. It's a deep throw on the sideline.
And it looks like it's incomplete.
It's incomplete. It's a hard view right there on that far sideline. But once again, LaPorte stands tall. Another turnover on downs by the Bulldogs. And LaPorte, good starting field position for them. Trying to close out this half with some momentum.
Yeah, this would be the second time they've been in Bulldog territory tonight. The first time was that opening drive for them.
The first play it was.
Yeah.
Since then, it's just been
downhill.
Yep. They do have some time to work in a couple of timeouts. Penzel, he drops back, another quick throw, and almost picked off. That seemed to be right in the hands of Will Clark. But it's dropped, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, Will Clark, you can see why he's a linebacker, not a tight end. Because that did hit him right in the hands.
He doesn't have an interception on the year, but he does have a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, last week he had a scoop and score.
He had that huge sack against LaPorte here in the second quarter. As we have a timeout on the field, we're going to stay right here with about 1:25 to go. LaPorte, they're trying to draw up the right plays here. They know this is a big drive for them. Going to halftime, you get the ball after halftime. Try and create some momentum before it's time to hit that panic button.
Hey, don't forget, Lango's Pizza has been a favorite spot since 1979. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Lango's serves Northwest Indiana from their 3 locations, Highland, Cherville, and Crown Point. Order online at langospizza.com. Lango's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network. And that brings a big title with it when it is the official.
It's great pizza.
Yes, it is.
Lango's Pizza.
That's one of the great things about going back to the studio.
Absolutely, and there's another drop pass. Penzel, it was a quick dart towards his intended receiver. And
Drew Flores
on the drop, and it's now 3rd down for the Slicers. We talked about a chance for them to really build something after getting great starting field position, but they've responded with 2 plays that haven't helped them so much.
Yeah, you know what? One of the things that I've noticed so far with their passing attack is everything's sideline to sideline. Mm-hmm. Nothing's vertical.
Yeah.
I think, you know what, even though he doesn't have, Penzel doesn't have a whole lot of time, chuck one down deep.
You might have to do that here. It's 3rd and long for the sophomore quarterback. Penzel, a low snap, and just has to fall on top of it.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a handoff to one of the running backs there, and he didn't have a handle on it.
And it looks like we might have a timeout here, and we do on the Crown Point side of things. So with Crown Point taking a timeout, we'll hit a quick break as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til to go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
Back here on our game night built by Von Tobel on the campus of Crown Point High School, where the Bulldogs lead 35-0. 1:09 left to go here in the second quarter. It's been, all-out effort from this Crown Point offense. Starts with the quarterback, Noah Ehrlich, the receiver, Landon Delich, and, of course, the running back, Larry Ellison. So Jack Doty will be out the punt for the Slicers. Chance here to really pin Crown Point back near their end zone. He's got 8 punts, including tonight's game, inside the 20-yard line. There's the snap. That punt is up. A little bit of a line drive. It's going to be caught and returned by Landon Delich. Delich just moves to his left on that Crown Point sideline and hit out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Just remember, stay tuned for the Hose Connections halftime report, as we'll be going over all the action we saw here in the first half, and, of course, some of the scores going on for Northwest Indiana High School football.
Yeah, that's your Strachan Van Til scoreboard.
Yep, courtesy of our friends from Strachan Van Til, the hometown scoreboard, which you can view on Facebook and YouTube. But Jay Simmons, the voice, will go over some of those score updates on that Hose Connections halftime report. So Crown Point now just under a minute to work here. 2-minute drill. And Ehrlich on that first play. It's going to be a quick pass and caught by Delich. He's going to quickly make his way out of bounds at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, nice job. That by the way, that was Cam Sorsey on the catch. But again, another 6'4" receiver for Noah Ehrlich to throw to. It's nice when you got receivers that tall. Makes you look.
Sure, everybody would like receivers that are 6'4". So now 55 seconds, so a quick play. Turned into a positive gain of yards. Ehrlich keeps it again. Another quick pass and caught, and Cam Sorsey once again catches that one, and he is able to get out of bounds in time to stop the clock, but it is going to be a Four Seasons first down for Crown Point.
Yep, 49 seconds left in the half. Crown Point is methodically moving the ball down the field. You know, in the next couple plays, I'm sure they're going to take a strike down the field.
I wouldn't be shocked if that strike was to Landon Delich as well. He's been that guy where if you want to throw it down the field, he's the man you go to. So Ehrlich now looks to his left, and that one's batted down quickly on the play. I believe that was number 9, Lucas Del Rio, the defensive end sophomore, is having himself a really nice season. Got to the quarterback quickly and was able to knock it down.
Yeah, well, you know what? He saw he wasn't able to get all the way to the quarterback, so he did the next best thing and put a paw up there and knocked it down. Looked like that was a quick screen to Jacob Jones to the short side of the field.
So second down for Crown Point. 4 receivers out there. And Ehrlich's going to hand it off to Ellison. Ellison up the middle and trying to really muscle his way for a couple extra yards. He's brought down at about the 50-yard line. So it's going to be a third down for Crown Point. The clock will keep ticking here.
Third down and 4.
Quickly, here's Ehrlich with the snap. Takes it himself, drops back. It's going to be a deep throw and overthrown his receiver. He had about 3 guys right there.
Yeah, and it looked like he was throwing it to Trevor Gibbs running down the hash, but there was 4 verticals, 1 on each of the hashes, and then 2 receivers out by the numbers. And it seemed like a couple of the receivers, the 2 middle receivers, sort of got off their hash marks and came together right there. And it looks like Crown Point's going to go for it on 4th down and 4 with 18 seconds left.
It's the 3rd straight drive where Crown Point is trying to convert a 4th down. He rolls to his right and finds a man, but out and off of his hands. It was going to be a tough play for the intended receiver. Looks to be...
And it's funny is Landon Delich is running back to the huddle, and he was about 10 yards downfield next to the sideline like they've been doing all night, and he was wide open. And I think Noah Ehrlich wanted to try and go for the home run right there and was incomplete.
Jacob Jones was the intended receiver for the Bulldogs, so LaPorte will get the ball here with 12 seconds to go, starting at the 50-yard line. But that's 3 straight drives where Crown Point has failed to score. See if Penzel can create something here, maybe even a field goal try. Quick pass and out of the reach of his receiver for an incomplete pass, so 8 seconds now left on the clock. And of course, remember, stay tuned for our Hose Connections halftime report. We'll take a break here at the conclusion of the second quarter and come back and do our Hose Connections halftime report going over the first half of this game. And, of course, scores around Northwest Indiana. Second down and 10 for LaPorte. They've only ran a couple of plays this close to the end zone. You know, it's at the 50-yard line. They've had some trouble moving that football. And like I said, maybe you don't need the touchdown, but a field goal can maybe start something for them. So Penzel's going to drop back, rolls to his right, finding some time, and that one is just going to be incomplete and short. 1 second left on the clock. It's going to be 3rd down.
And you know what I think is Aiden Penzel felt the phantom pressure right there and just started to roll out. If he'd have stayed in the pocket, there was nobody around him. And then as he tried to roll out, all of a sudden,
well, it looks like
Seamus Molaski came out of nowhere.
Looks like we're going to.
They're just going to snap it and
kneel it and
call it a half.
Go to their locker room. So that's going to be the conclusion of the first half here at Bulldog Stadium. The Crown Point Bulldogs lead 35-0. But stay tuned for the Hose Connections halftime report as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Growing up in Northwest Indiana, I am proud that my family's been doing business here for nearly 100 years, which started with my grandfather, John Gladish. Over my career, I've witnessed families being torn apart by the negligence of others, and everything from unguarded openings at construction sites to reckless driving on our roads. Our experienced attorneys, paralegals, and staff know that insurance companies and their lawyers will go to avoid paying compensation. Do not waste your one and only opportunity to seek fair compensation for your loss. Give the Gladish Law Group a call and put our team to work for you.
Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond, proven under pressure.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Welcome to our game night built by Von Tobel. You're listening to now the Hose Connections Halftime Report, brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectioninc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Crown Point, hefty lead for them, Jay, 35-0. They've done it through the arm of Ehrlich, I should say, the legs of Ehrlich, and also Ellison as well. They've done it. Really, it was the majority of that first and beginning of the second quarter. The end of the second quarter, LaPorte defense did a good job standing tall. But for Crown Point, it's been all Crown Point so far.
Yeah, it has, and it started early and often with Noah Ehrlich finishing off the first drive of Crown Point's night with a 6-yard run that came at 7:23 in the first quarter. That put them up 7-0. Then the next drive, this was consecutive drives, so they did a 3-out for the Slicers, and then Landon Delich catches a 38-yard pass after he drops a wide open. It could have been an 80-yard touchdown pass, but
he didn't want the 81.
No, he did. You know what? He wanted to get more catches than that one 80-yard catch. Because after that one drop, he had a whole drive of catches, and he had 4 or 5 catches in that one drive, and then it finished off with a 38-yard pass from Noah Ehrlich. That came at 3:44 in the first quarter. That's 14-0. As we continue with the scoring, Larry Ellison with a 9-yard run that came with 17 seconds in the first quarter. That ends the first quarter at 21-0. And Crown Point just on a roll offensively. They just have not looked back. Defensively, they've been doing the same thing. They're doing a great job with the scoring. And then to get to the second quarter, you got Larry Ellison with a 30-yard run that came at 11:29 in the second quarter. Again, nice job. They're trying to get everybody involved in this scoring and spreading the wealth around. You know, so you had Noah Ehrlich with the first one, and then to cap off the final score of the second quarter, Noah Ehrlich with a 5-yard run that came at 7:32 in the second quarter. And on that last one, it was a nice job. They had a rollout to the right, and Noah Ehrlich saw right away Trevor Gibbs was his main receiver. It was sort of a bootleg, and Trevor Gibbs was at the tight end position. He delayed release and was well covered. And then all of a sudden, Noah Ehrlich, instead of sprinting out to the sideline or all the way to the side, just planted his foot and bounced it right back into the heart of that offense and defensive line and bulled his way in for a touchdown. And Noah Ehrlich does not seem afraid to mix it up with linemen a little bit. I know it's not his mainstay, not a staple of that what he likes to do, but I think it's something he will do on occasions and as a change-up with the rest of the offense.
It is something you don't see often, that a quarterback is very comfortable throwing on the run in high school, because it's not like LaPorte is bringing a lot of pressure. If Ehrlich just wanted to stay in the pocket, he has enough time to make those plays, but for him to have that ability to feel comfortable, whether you're rolling to the left or rolling to the right, and make those accurate throws, it just speaks on how impressive the junior quarterback has been. But you talked about a Crown Point. They scored on their first 5 drives, but since then they haven't scored. Give credit to the LaPorte defense. So once again, Crown Point, they lead 35-0. We're going to take a break right here on the Hose Connections halftime report, and when we come back, we're going to go over some of our scores on the hometown scoreboard, courtesy of our friends from Strack and Van Til as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Welcome to Public Bar and Rec, located in downtown Crown Point, a place for good games, good drinks, and good food. So come in and make it public. Try to survive zombie dodgeball, score a hole-in-one playing golf, or choose from over 13 multi-sport simulator games while fueling your competition with a variety of appetizers, entrees, and beverages. We have games for all ages with our family-friendly hours till 9 p.m. Reserve your simulator at publicbarandrec.com and let the fun begin.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu, hi Stu, has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Update your kitchen or bathroom with Von Tobel. Get 20% off select cabinets now through October 28th. Von Tobel has cabinets and vanities in a range of styles and colors, plus built-in storage, countertops, and flooring. Our designers will help you find the perfect selections for your style and budget. Scan to visit VonTobels.com today to book your free consultation at one of our 4 Indiana showrooms. Von Tobel, building better together.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Back here on the Hose Connections halftime report as you're listening to our game night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network. Let's look at our hometown scoreboard courtesy of our friends from Strack and Van Til. It's your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com. The River Forest Gets up on Bishop Knoll 42-0. The Boone Grove Wolves up on Whiting 42-7. The Wheeler Bearcats leading the Calumet Warriors 28-0. The Morton Governors up on the Hammer Central Wolves 32-3. The Munster Mustangs up on the Highland Trojans 21-7. I know a very happy Mike Dewan is back in our studios, our Centier Bank studios, where you should tune in for our post-game show. The Hanover Central Wildcats trying to keep their undefeated season alive. They lead the Hobart Brickies 17-7. And of course, on this game, the Crown Point Bulldogs are up 35-0 On LaPorte, the Lake Central Indians trail the Chesterton Trojans 14-7. KB Cougars lead the Lowell Red Devils 24-0. The Valpo Vikings are in a close one with the Maryville Pirates. They lead 20-17. The Michigan City Wolves are up on the Portage Indians 14-0. The Westside Cougars, they lead Griffith 8-0. And Indy Chitar Trojans lead the Andrean 59ers 41-0. And of course, follow all tonight's region football scores live on the Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard. Streaming on Facebook.com/RegionSports, YouTube.com/RegionSports, and RegionSports.com. Strack and Van Til, it's your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Almost getting ready for the second half here, but don't forget Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support the Crown Point Bulldog football and say, go Bulldogs! Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Mayor Land and the Pace team invite everyone to Bulldog Park for Oktoberfest on October 6th and 7th. Join us for German music and fare. For more information, contact the Pace Department at 219-661-2271. Of course, Langle's Pizza has been a favorite spot since 1979. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Langle serves Northwest Indiana from their 3 locations in Highland, Cherryville, and Crown Point. Order online at langlespizza.com. Langle's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network. And of course, stay with Region Sports after the conclusion of this game as we'll send it back to Centier Bank Studio. RSN will recap all tonight's action from around the region, all from the Centier Bank Studio. And then we'll name our Crow Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game, our Boilermakers Local 374 blue collar player of the game, and the Proud Union home play of the game presented by IKORCC. Once again, Crown Point leads the LaPorte Slicers 35-0. About 2 minutes left to go until we'll have the second half. For everybody listening, once again, a big thank you to everybody making us a part of your night and what has been one glorious night in terms of weather here in Crown Point, Indiana. Homecoming for these Bulldogs, but of course you're watching RSN Game Night presented by Von Tobel. Von Tobel, building better together. Your local building material supplier and design center. Visit VonTobel.com to find out more. They have locations in Valpo, Cherryville, and Michigan City. Check out VonTobel.com to find out more. We'll be back, and when we come back, it will be the start of the second half here, where Crown Point leads 35-0 as you're watching Game Night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hey, don't forget.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like health care and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Back here with our coverage. Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, about to get set for the second half. And here are your Gladys Law Group's lineup for the second half. It's going to really remain the same for LaPorte. On the left tackle, Aiden Easton, left guard Matt Swider, your center Drew Oss, your right guard Broden McKeon, your right tackle Deegan Mason, your receivers Drew Flores, Keegan Henkel, Ollie Kring, and Van Warner. Your running back is John Lane, and your quarterback is Aiden Penzel. And LaPorte will receive the ball first. And for the Crown Point defense, it'll be Nate Kalk, Mark Gonzalez, Seamus Molaski, Trevor Gibbs, Dominic Fainton, Will Clark, Drew Corral, Nico Pavlov, Jalen Kelly, Jacob Jones, and Griffith Van Chiclet. As there's that kickoff and that Quintel kickoff. And all kickoffs, of course, are presented by our friends at Quintel Incorporated. Will result in a touchback. And, of course, the starting lineups for the Crown Point offense, Elias Pavictus, Jeff Machete, Nathan Gregory, Austin Rivera, and Paul Clark are on the line. Your receivers are Cam Sorsey, Nick Soley, Landon Dellich. Your tight end is Jacob Soley. Your running back is Larry Ellison. Your quarterback is the junior Noah Ehrlich. And your defense for Crown Point or I should say your defense for the LaPorte Slicers, Lucas Del Rio, Sam Pressler, Malachi Washington, Drew Oss, Kyle Friel, RJ Carnes, Javel Broom, Kelly Hay, Kay Jones, Jack Borelli, and Cam Neal.
And that was your Gladish Law Group starting lineups. Gladish Law Groups continue to be recognized by U.S. News and World Report as top law firm. Visit thegladishlaw.com for more information.
Well, the first play of the second half, and just to remind our listeners, it is going to be a running clock as Crown Point leads by 35. So about a 3-yard run right there by John Lane. Kind of the first time all night we've seen a positive gain for the senior running back. It's going to be a gain of 4. Obviously, Jay, you come out of the locker room, you've had about 20 minutes to talk over that first half. What do you do here on the first drive for LaPorte?
I think you try and get something positive, go a couple running plays, some short passing plays, but try and get something positive going here, and something you can build on for next week. Get something positive you can show during the game film review tomorrow. It'd be nice to get a running first down here. You've got third down in about 3 or 4, and then you read off those Gladish Law Group starting lineups and look out there, and you see a sea of clean uniforms for the Bulldogs.
So for LaPorte, third down, they're on their own 26-yard line, about 3rd and 4. 2 straight runs. Obviously, we are so accustomed to seeing them throw the ball, but they come out of the halftime with runs by John Lane, and Penzel's going to keep it himself, go to his right, and he's going to make a man miss, but brought down and short of that first down marker.
He's going to be right on it. And I think the officials are going to give him a good spot. They're going to move that first down. First down, you can say it with pride, for the LaPorte Slicers.
It's a 4-season first down, and actually that was not Aiden Penzel on that keeper. It was the backup, Drew Flores, who we've seen at receiver. He was the one on that keeper.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's hard to tell between 10 and 18 with those numbers full, when they sort of bend over as, from the shotgun position.
But I believe Drew Flores is going to be the starting quarterback right now for LaPorte. So they make a change at the quarterback position. We're able to get that first down. And Flores, a handoff right up the middle goes Lane. He is brought down for about 2 yards on that carry.
That looked like
Trey
12.
Bethel is on the carry. So the backup running back for John Lane gets his first carry of the night. And maybe we might see a couple of backups for both teams in the second half.
Oh, definitely. And these are upperclassmen that probably won't play in the JV game tomorrow morning. So it's nice for these guys to get some playing time underneath the Friday night lights.
Yep. So some new offensive pieces for LaPorte, trying to score their first points of the game. Of course, the running clock here. So Flores is going to hand that one off, and there's nowhere to go on that carry, met by a sea of Bulldogs. Trey Bethel on the carry once more for LaPorte. It's going to result in a third down, about 3rd and 8. They were able to convert the third down in this drive a little bit ago, trying to do the same here.
Yeah, it's a little bit different when it's 3rd and 8 as compared to 3rd and 2 or 3. So you have to open up the playbook a little bit deeper when it's that far away.
And we have not seen Drew Flores throw the ball.
No, we haven't.
So we don't know how comfortable he is with that. We've seen a plethora of runs here in the early going of this third quarter for LaPorte. But they're at their own 32-yard line. So Flores is going to hand it off to his running back, Bethel, and there's nowhere to go. No gain on that run, and it's going to be a 4th down for LaPorte. For Drew Flores, I think, from an equipment standpoint, you don't see many quarterbacks wearing 2 gloves out there on the field. Maybe Peyton Manning back in the day when he was playing for the Denver Broncos, but
didn't Jim McMahon do that back in the day, too?
Probably did as well. You would know that more than me, so it's going to be a 4th down for LaPorte. It's going to be a punt for them.
Trying to make me old?
I'm not trying to make you. I'm just saying.
I already am old. You don't have to make me.
I was not alive during the Jim McMahon era for the Chicago Bears. You would know a lot more of that than I would.
Oh, yeah.
So Jack Doty, the punter, has been out there a couple of times. Do have the return man for Crown Point on his own 30. There's the punt, and that one might have got tipped.
Yeah, it looked like it.
It's going to stay in bounds and roll to about the Crown Point 38-yard line. There are a couple of Bulldogs right there trying to make that block attempt, but like I said, it might have got tipped on the fingertips by one of the Bulldogs. So quickly, here come both of the teams for Crown Point, Jay. Probably going to see more of those backups in the offense.
Definitely.
When you take those starters out, as a head coach, what are you looking for when it's majority of your backups in the game?
Well, you're just looking for positive execution, whether or not they have, get first downs or anything, but you just want to see the quarterback exchange between the running back and quarterback be smooth. All those kinds of things that you work on in practice but don't get to do against another team.
It appears Noah Ehrlich's day is done. It's going to be Logan Hatt, the new quarterback, in for the Bulldogs. And on the first play, it's going to be a handoff. So we talked about, who's going to come in. Those starters are probably going to get a breather, and that's the case right here. As Hatt, the junior quarterback, coming at 6 foot, 190 pounds.
And it's number 20, Tommy Guignigno, in there at running back.
Yeah, he had a couple of carries in that first half, so getting more of an opportunity here in the second half. As we're quickly with 6 minutes left to go, Hatt with the throw, and a little bit high on that one. It's going to be incomplete. And, we talk about how quick that running clock goes, like I just said. Now, just all of a sudden, we're under 6 minutes left. So for Crown Point, it's 3rd and 10. They're on their own side of the field.
Yeah, don't forget to stay tuned for the, whatever you call it.
Our Crowd Company Superman Lantern.
No, not that.
Not that
the
one.
Centennial Bank Studio.
Well, Hatt drops back, a man open, and that one appears to be caught, and it's going to be a Four Seasons first down. A nice 3rd down throw by Logan Hatt.
Yeah, Logan Hatt had 3 guys. He picked a receiver that had 3 guys surrounded him, 2 linebackers and a free safety over the top of him. Right there, just dropped it in.
Talk about threading the needle.
Yeah,
right
and
there.
The Centennial Bank Studio.
I believe we got
after the game.
Mike Dewan and Rick Novak.
That's what I was just gonna ask you that.
Munster,
it's always a fun group back there.
Munster Mustang himself, Dewan, and there's a handoff right there, a couple of yards on the carry for about 4. We said Mike Dewan, some smiles as the Mustangs are leading the Battle of the Bridge matchup.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about
Jay
it.
Simmons does not want to hear about it. I'm sure our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, does not want to hear any of it. So we'll see how that studio show goes.
It's going to be angry when we get back there.
Well, Dewan, a former gridiron player himself for the Mustangs in high school, as Hatt drops back. It's going to be a deep throw. It's overthrown and incomplete. Almost picked off right there by a slicer.
But it was a nice spiral. I'll say that for him.
Yeah, that was number 4, Kelly Hay, the secondary on the coverage.
But the Hatt that threw that, nice, about a 40, 50-yard throw there. Nice spiral. Just looked like he was throwing it away. Nobody was open.
So the offense gets their play call from the sideline here as Crown Point. Also an opportunity for them to work on a couple of things.
That's right.
A couple of plays that maybe they want to improve on. They have the opportunity here. There's no better reps than getting reps during a football game. And there, Hatt hands it off and met for about a 2-yard gain on that carry. They're going to line them up at about the LaPorte 45-yard line. So 4th and 5.
Yep, conversion down here for the Bulldogs. What do? I know one thing they're not going to be doing. They're not going to be going for Lango's Pizza. Has been a favorite spot since 1979. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Lango's serves Northwest Indiana from 3 locations: Highland, Cherville, and Crown Point.
They got good crumbled sausage.
Yes, they do.
That's a really good choice if you ever want some Lango's Pizza. And they have a location here in Crown Point. So if you're listening to us and when we're done, you need to go to Lango's. Hatt rolls to his right, and wow, what a catch right there for a Four Seasons first down. It's Caden Smith on the grab. Hatt rolling to his right and a dart.
Is that number 18 for the Bulldogs?
That's going to be Caden Smith. We had a couple of number changes.
That's right. Yeah.
Due to the new.
I was like, well, wait a minute.
Due to the new alternate uniforms, the powder blue we talked about, they're wearing tonight for the first time. So had a couple of number changes, and Caden Smith was one of them.
Oh, got a little jump by the offensive line. And to finish that Lango's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network. To order online at Lango's, go langospizza.com. Now I'm hungry. Should have never read that.
Should have never read that one, but hey, you know where to go if you want some Lango's pizza. So a full start there by Crown Point. We'll back them up 5 yards after that impressive third down throw by Hat. The backup quarterback's made a couple nice throws here on this drive. You know, if you sit on that sideline for so long, you don't get some action, you kind of can be a little rusty, but it seems like he's loose out there. So Hat, he's going to keep it himself, roll to his left, and takes a shot down the field, and just incomplete. It was a diving attempt right there. I believe that's Caden Smith maybe. Hard to tell from this vantage point, but had some time to throw that one, and it was a deep one.
Yeah, his only mistake was he put a little bit too much arc on it. I think if either that or if he'd have thrown it just a split second sooner, because the receiver did have some space in between him and the defensive back. But once that high arc throw like that, the defensive back was able to close and just get a fingertip on it as the receiver went up to make the catch.
So with under a minute to go, Hat with the quick pass. It's high and caught. It's going to be about a 7-8 yard pass. Gain of 8.
Looks like it's going to be about third down and about 7-8 yards to go.
Crown Point will have to run one more play before the conclusion of this third quarter. There's about a 8-second differential. Quickly, Hat keeps it himself, and he's going to throw that near the pylon. Is it caught? It is! Oh, what a grab on the sideline. Number 8, Jacob Soley, his second touchdown of the season. Wow, Logan Hat coming right off the bench.
Wow, what a catch, Jacob Soley. High-pointed that ball between a couple defensive backs, and was able, right there on the sideline, able to keep himself in the end zone. What a great grab right there.
The way that was going, Logan Hat seemed to might just throw that one away with all the pressure he was dealing with, but drops it into the hands of Soley for a Crown Point touchdown, and that extra point is good. It doesn't matter who's in. It could be starters, it could be backups. The Crown Point Bulldogs, they just keep rolling. We're going to take a break right here as well. That is the conclusion of the third quarter as you're watching our game night built by Von Tobel here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond, proven under pressure.
Back here on our game night built by Von Tobel, the Crown Point Bulldogs, an impressive touchdown throw from Logan Hat has them with their biggest lead of the night, 42-0. And it's going to be the start of the fourth quarter. Here's a Quintel kickoff by the Bulldogs, and it will be caught and returned by the Slicers across the 20-yard line. He's got some room, breaks a couple of tackles, but is brought down just short of that 30-yard line. Looks to be about the 28, and of course that kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by our friends at Quintel Incorporated.
Now, you say that pass was pretty good pass.
It was.
Quite impressive. I have to say the crowd interaction when they played Sweet Caroline was pretty darn good, too.
You like that song, Jay?
Yes, I do, but it's awesome when you've got about 4,000 people singing along with it. It was pretty cool.
I think there's a lot of amazing traditions that we see in football, whether that's high school, college, or professional. One of the things that come to my mind is the Iowa tradition, where they wave at the Children's Hospital. That's right
that is
next
cool.
to their football stadium. There's a carry by Bethel for LaPorte. And there's just amazing things. I mean,
what's the one they do at Wisconsin at the end of the
jump around.
Jump
around. Florida's got one as well where they sing I forgot the song. I just was reading about it on Twitter the other day. So it's amazing traditions you see, and that just tells you how amazing the home environment, how much the people love, their team. And for Crown Point, it's as good as it gets when it comes to home atmosphere and just fans all around. So Flores hands it off to Bethel once again, and he's going to be about a 2-yard gain. He was pushed back on that carry, but forward progression gave him a little bit of a gain for LaPorte. No passes yet here in the second half. Obviously, Aiden Penzel not in the game anymore. It's Drew Flores, who was the starting receiver, now in at quarterback. And with that running clock, LaPorte, they might be accepting that this was not their night tonight.
Yeah, they just outmatched, outsized. They came and fought hard, but they just couldn't get it accomplished tonight. Young team, new coach, but they're going to be making strides in the right direction.
Third down for LaPorte. First throw of the game, Drew Flores. So it's a dart, and it's going to be enough for a Four Seasons first down. So LaPorte able to move the chains with that throw. It was Drew Flores' first pass attempt of the night.
Yeah, nice throw, boy. You nailed it right there. He did throw a dart.
It's like a shortstop to a first baseman right there, man. You put a little mustard on that one. So Four Seasons first down allows LaPorte to extend this drive. It's really their first down in quite a while. And that's just a credit to this Crown Point defense. They have been a thorn in the bush of LaPorte. That one handed off to Bethel, and maybe a yard. Very tough to tell right there. He was met right when he was handed the ball. As the clock keeps ticking, and both teams have made a pretty amount of hefty substitutions, trying to keep bodies fresh and trying to get everybody some playing time here tonight.
Yeah, and it's a long season, so you don't want to leave those starters out there when you're up 42-0. You just get those guys in, let some younger guys play, let them get the feel of a big crowd and an exciting atmosphere here at Crown Point.
I will say Drew Flores did take the gloves off as there's another pass. Might have thrown that one a little too hard for his intended receiver, Van Warner. But we saw Drew Flores in that first drive have his receiving gloves on, and I think he said, I don't know if I can throw the football with these gloves. I'm going to take them off. And since he's taken them off, he's had 2 throws, one for an incompletion and one was for a first down.
And the scoreboard, the Strachan Van Til scoreboard update is brought to you by Strachan Van Til. We've got Lake Central 14.
All right.
Chesterton 14 in the fourth quarter.
Barn burner there. Of course, Lake Central got Xavier Williams back to their lineup last week. A low snap. Flores is going to drop back, trying to find some room to work, but he's got some pressure, goes to his left. He's not going to throw. He's going to keep it himself, run out of bounds at about the 44-yard line of their own side.
Yeah, it's going to be fourth down and about 7 here.
So fourth down for LaPorte. And it looks like they're going to punt this one off. So another opportunity for Jack Doty to show his impressive leg skills with how well he's just been at a punter. I mean, you don't really see these types of numbers with punters, as of tonight, including tonight's game, I should say, 8 punts inside the 20-yard line. We'll see what he does here. The return man for Crown Point, Caden Smith, down at his own 20-yard line. And might have get offsides there. There was a man on Crown Point that might have been a little jumpy on that play. We'll see what they call it. Actually, it's going to go against LaPorte. It looked like for Crown Point, Ryan Goldie might have jumped off sides, but that's just because of the false start by LaPorte. So backed them up 5 yards. And Caden Smith, the return man, now moves up to his own 25-yard line.
Well, the punt team has definitely wore out their legs today.
And there's a line drive. It's going to bounce off the ground. Smith's not even going to really make an attempt at it, as it's going to roll all the way to the 10-yard line. So the second punt of the night inside the 20-yard line for Jack Doty.
He gets he hits that sort of like soccer style, or like the ones that
like the rugby.
The rugby.
Like rugby.
That's what I was. That you got it. The rugby style punters where he sort of hits that line drive, Australian, and he gets that nice roll to it.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Australian punters. You've seen that in the NFL, whether it is somebody from Australia or just someone else, really adapting that type of, kind of way to punt the ball. It's been kind of introduced to football, or more specifically the NFL, in the past couple of years. And there's a handoff. Actually, no, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. And a little bit of a stiff arm right there by the quarterback, and 8 yards on the gain. So Logan Hatt. And actually, it looks like that might be a Four Seasons first down for Crown Point. They'll move the chains. With 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. In just a little bit, Jay Simmons is going to go over some of our award winners.
Yes, I'm penciling them in right now. And I said pencil them because I got to get the play-by-play okay on it.
Oh, there's a first down handoff right there for Crown Point. I'm sure you can handle this one on your own, Jay.
Yeah.
Come on now. So the time keeps ticking. And Crown Point seems to have another win here. It'll be their 7th straight this year. And it's a win streak, though, that dates back all the way to last year. And that goes the same for their DAC record. Now 5-0 this year. Craig Bazia gets his 22nd win with Crown Point, his 235th win overall, as there's another handoff by the Bulldogs, about 2 to 3 yards on that carry, down at the 25-yard line. It's going to be third down.
And in the last two seasons, he has not lost a regular season game. So he's got a bit of a roll going here. He's got the program. Numbers are crazy. The sideline is packed with players. It's a great thing seeing this town this football team bring this town out like it is.
Quarterback keeper up the middle he goes. It's going to be a first down and some more. Four Seasons first down. And Crown Point will move the chains once more. So if you think about that, in the last 2 years, counting regular season and postseason, he's had one loss. And I believe now he's had one loss and about 18 wins. I could be wrong there. I'm trying to do my math. But if that is the case, nevertheless, it's still impressive.
It is. Very good.
The what?
And it's just in a third season, you've got these kids, the parents, the town buying into whatever they're selling right here. So great job by the coaches and the coaching staff.
It's hard not to buy into a head coach who comes in with, over 25 years of experience when he came to Crown Point and over 200 wins. I mean, when you have a coach like that, you're going to be set up for success.
Well, what do you think? Is it time to start naming?
Take it away, Jay Simmons.
And now it's time to name the Crown Lantern Man superhero of the game. That is going to go to Landon Delich. He's got 1 TD pass reception and over 100 yards receiving on the game. And the reason why I went with him is because he came back after that initial drop and then took the drive down the field. Of course, no Ehrlich throwing it to him, but he took that drive and just whittled it down the field. But way to come back after a drop. And it's always one of those things that it plays into a receiver's head. But he was able to come back and battle through it and had well over 100 yards receiving tonight. Great game by Landon Delich.
It was an impressive catch as well.
Yes.
It's what, Jay, it's what the kids call mossing in today's
yes,
world.
He did.
So, and it looks like there might be a fumble. No, he just kept his balance and was tackled for a loss on that carry for Crown Point.
Yeah, that was and the pass reception was a 38-yard touchdown pass that came at 3:44 in the first quarter. Don't forget, Crown offices are open from 7 to 9 Monday through Friday and Saturday till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Those are your superhero of the game.
So snap right here. It's going to be a quick pass and incomplete by the Bulldogs. Logan Hatt just short of his receiver. I believe we have 2 more awards to name.
Yes, we do. All right, it is time now to name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers 374. Your Blue Collar Player of the Game tonight is Will Clark. 2 tackles for losses, along with a handful of other tackles, and also should have had a pick, but he knocked it. We're going to say he knocked it down well, and a pass deflection.
There's a quarterback keeper right there to get back to the line of scrimmage, about 10 yards on that carry.
And it was funny, is last week he had a scoop and score, and I told Leo last week, I go, Larry Ellison better worry about his running back position because Will Clark scooped that one and ran 30 yards looking like a running back, put his hand up, put a little stiff arms on somebody. I go, Ellison better worry about his running back position. But, if there's passes to be caught, then Will Clark can't beat a running back. So he's going to stay at linebacker. He's going to be happy with it.
There you go. Now, what is the IKORCC Proud Union home play of the game?
And that's going to go to Larry Ellison. That's a 30-yard touchdown run that came at 11:29 in the second quarter, and it was a great job. He busted through that line, made a couple guys miss, and then scampered untouched after that for the touchdown.
Turnover on downs right there, I believe. Or no, it's going to be a punt for Crown Point.
Is this the first punt for Crown Point?
If they do punt it, it would be. I believe it's a punt. It might be actually, no, it's a turnover on downs. I apologize for mixing that up. It's going to be a turnover on downs by the Bulldogs. So LaPorte will have the ball with now 1 minute and counting left on the clock. Crown Point, of course, had 42-0. And they're on the Crown Point 45-yard line. Drew Flores remains the quarterback for the Slicers as fans make their way out of the stadium, trying to beat that traffic. Flores goes to his right on the first play, a quick pass and caught and tackled out of bounds. So about a 5-yard gain on that play as the time keeps ticking. And once again, those are your RSN Award winners. And if you just missed that, be sure to follow us on Facebook, where we'll post those and let you know those stat lines as well.
Yeah, one thing we do need to mention before we end this broadcast is a new proud Boilermaker just signed yesterday. That is Seamus Molaski from Crown Point, going to be a Boilermaker next year. It'd be a nice addition to that offense. Great hands. Whatever side of the ball he wants to play, I'm sure they got him marked somewhere, but he can play either side. So that's some flexibility on wherever the Boilermakers need him. He can go there.
And the clock hits 0, and the Crown Point Bulldogs are victorious. They win 42-0 on homecoming night against the LaPorte Slicers. Of course, a big thank you to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our coordinating producer, Claude Martinez, of course, you, Jay Simmons, and our producer, Zach Miller, for all his hard work. Both of the coaches for LaPorte, Austin Eppel, for Crown Point, Craig Vazia, and the athletic directors for allowing us to be here and cover this game for LaPorte, Steve Santana, and Crown Point, Bill DeRula. And, of course, you, the viewers, YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and IHSAA.TV.org. Jay, any final words before we conclude this game?
Wow, what a showing by Crown Point. They haven't missed a beat. They're on a roll. Let's see if they can extend that through the rest of the season and into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Once again, thank you for making us a part of your night. But for Zach and Jay, I'm Jack Thiel saying have yourself a safe night as you were watching Game Night built by Von Tobel on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.